Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skill, the highly regarded Devin the Dream Hayes.
Bud Crawford is a fight fan, and he's a fight fan's fighter.
The NS Express is a runaway train.
Ain't no pressure when you built for this.
Man down, round one. The truth hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super flyweight from San Antonio, Texas, Jesse Bam Rodriguez! The universally recognized undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Hayes!
Yo, what up, family? Welcome back to another episode. We got a special episode tonight. We got a special episode because for the first time, right, and this will be our Tuesday episodes moving forward, we're going to have Georgia's finest in the building. When I say Georgia's finest, I'm talking about me. Y'all already know that a true, hey, I ain't no YN. Don't put that label on me. But damn it, a real nigga from Georgia. And we're going to have my sister, straight out of Georgia as well, Bella, tonight, man. What we going to do, and I want to put parameters around this show. I don't always like to do that. But in this situation, I got to put parameters around the show. What we're going to do is me and her, we're going to cook for a minute. And then we'll drop the link and it'll be an open panel. Feel free. But before we get things started, man, we always have to do things the right way. We got my brother in the building, man. DP Rocker is in the building. Salute to my brother DP, man. My brother, shout out to him. We got the historian himself, the young historian, like I like to call him, the young historian. We got my brother, Marky Dan, in the building, straight from the islands. We got the sister in the building. I'm not going to lie to you. I got to be quite honest about this. I believe Cassandra. I believe she was the first sister that I ever really rocked with in this boxing YouTube community. We met over at KQ show. Kept rocking at ETV show. You understand? Rocked over at KO show. So shout out to my sister, man. She always doing it big when it comes to this boxing talk. And one of the most consistent listeners as far as females go, as far as the sport of boxing go. And I say that respectful. I say that very respectful. We got my brother in the building, man. The big homie. I just got off the phone with his ass. I ain't lying to you. Shout out to my big brother, man. D-Ray Promotions in the building. Salute to D-Ray, man. Much love and respect to my brother D-Ray. We got my brother straight out of Alaska. Oh, he already out of order, but I ain't got no problem with it. I love that he out of order. I ain't got no problem with it. We got my brother Cash Crypto in the building, man. Salute to my brother Cash, man. If y'all don't know, me and Cash, we're going to run conspiracy shows continuously. It looks like it's going to be Mondays and Sundays as far as the conspiracy shows go. So shout out to my brother Cash, man. Much love and respect. Look at this now. Now, this where he get out of order. This where he out of order right here. Georgia Cappers. Oh, excuse me. GA's finest Cappers. We'll address it accordingly. We'll address that accordingly. Shout out to my brother Cash, though. Hey, I ain't got no problem with that, brother. We got my brother in the building. I hate Ronnie Bravo. I call him Ronnie Bravo, a.k.a. One of the worst judges according to YouTube. According to YouTube, not according to me. Me and him in the same boat. We both terrible judges. We both terrible. So, I mean, it is what it is. But that's my brother right there. Shout out to Ronnie Bravo in the building. We got my brother in the building, Dank Father. is in the building. Salute to Dank, man. Much love and respect to my nigga Dank. We got my brother, the master debater, in the building. That's what I call him. I call him the master debater. But everybody else, they call him Free. Shout out to my brother Free in the building, man. Much love and respect. Y'all make sure y'all go sub the Free channel as well. Did I miss anybody channel to sub to? I don't think so. We got the OG in the building, man. Shout out to my brother in the building, the big homie, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Bruce. Bruce doing a hell of a job over there. Always got great trivia for you. I ain't gonna lie. I think I know a little bit about boxing, but I don't know nearly as much as this man knows about boxing. And some of them trivia questions have me stumped over there. I'm just telling you. We got my brother in the building. Teach is in the building, man. Teach, I didn't know, and I know Marky. I believe Marky said he from, and I'm gonna screw it up. I believe he said St. Croix. Teach, I believe you're from Antigua. I don't know. Get it right for me, but shout out to my brother Teach in the building, man. I gotta start with this right here tonight. And I gotta tell you, Marky, you out of order as always. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to let me block the shit out of his ass real quick. Marky, we're putting you in timeout, my brother. And I love you, but we're putting you in timeout because you out of order once again. So we're gonna give you a couple seconds. Nothing big. We're gonna give you a couple seconds. So we got a lot of things to talk about, man. Boots Ennis, Jerron Boots Ennis, put on, in my personal opinion, one of the best performances we've seen in a long time in the sport of boxing. The way that he broke down Stanley Onis. The way that he utilized the body work. Still styled now. He was styling. I give him credit for styling. I ain't got no problem with it. I give him all the credit in the world for styling. At the same time, this man deserves nothing. What is this? Hold on. What is this? Marky got, hold on, Marky. How many channels you got, man? I put you in timeout for 10 seconds. For 10 seconds. And you got a whole nother page? Shout out to Marky, man. I see, we gotta be careful. I see niggas they got pages out here like crazy. Well, let's get directly into it, Teach. I like what Teach just said right now. I love what Teach just said. I want to cook on Brian Norman wanting to beat up. I believe it's beat up. KO, B. Norman out of order. I don't know if y'all seen the interview today. Shout out to KQKC. A hell of an interview that he had. Man, I missed it live. I had to go back and watch it. I went back and watched it and I said, my God. Hey, first thing is KQ, well, not the first thing, but KQ says, was that really you in the chat last night? Shout out to my brother Zoomverse in the building. Salute to my brother Zoomverse. He said, was that you in the chat? Senior said, man, fuck this nigga right here. And y'all already know, KO, that's my brother. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for KO. So, whatever, I'm just telling what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving, hey. And KO responded accordingly. But Senior says, man, fuck this nigga. If I see him, I'm putting hands on him. I said, damn, wait a minute. I said, hold up now. Wait a minute now. We talking, the man talking boxing. And now all of a sudden, if you see him, you got to put hands on him? I felt like, I ain't going to lie to you. It's out of order, Teach. It's out of order. I ain't going to lie. When I listened to the whole Shumpert Shumpert tell the story with Mello and KG. When he said he put hands on him, I said, oh boy, hey, like Shumpert, oh boy, a basketball game, Mello? Man, this is boxing. We talk boxing on a regular basis. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. I don't know. All I'm saying, and shout out to the senior, because one thing I can tell senior, hey, he cared about his son. I understand that. But the claim you're gonna put hands on an individual over boxing talk, it's a tad bit out of order. Let me rephrase that. It ain't a tad bit. It's all the way out of order. And so, starting with that piece of it, I have to say, I don't know. Hey, I thought KO, the way he came back and responded, I thought that was all the way in order as well. I thought it was in order on both sides. So, at the end of the day, my brother KO, the nigga talking boxing. So if you disagree with him, that don't mean put hands on him. Go debate him. Go talk about it. Go talk about it. Ronnie, my sister pulling up in a second. Give her a second. She has some other things she dealing with. Respectful. I said it respectful. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, if you're gonna be talking a certain way and have all this smoke for an individual, the first thing is start with a conversation. You gotta pull up on that man. Stop up. Hey. The second thing I gotta say is this right here, though. Second thing I gotta say. Shout out to KQ, man. Shout out to KQ. Shout out to Senior as well. I ain't got no problem. Hey, whatever they got going on, that ain't got shit to do with me. I will say this, though. I thought it was amazing. Like, it had me in tears. I was literally in tears when Senior pulls back up on the panel after KQ said what KQ was saying. And I didn't think KQ was wrong. Matter of fact, I thought KQ said something to the effect that, shit, I was trying to ask some tough questions. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wish that Senior, I wish KQ would have told Senior just to his face, hey, y'all ducked out that fight. Don't say it afterward. I agree with that piece of it. Don't say it afterward. But the way Senior pulled back up, I'm like, damn, see, this ain't a good, hey. I call a spade a spade. You done cuss the old, and KQ, hey. That's my OG. So I don't want to call him an old man. I'm not going to say that. But this is what Senior said. You done came up and cussed the man out after he done gave you a good interview, been in order, let you kick your shit. Like, it got to be balanced, man. It got to be balanced. It has to be balanced. And so in this situation, I just feel like, I feel like Senior was a tad bit out of order tonight. Or not even a tad bit. The man was out of order. But I understand it. One of the things that is so interesting to me is that Brian Norman Jr., this man's name ain't been popping in the sport of boxing until Senior got up there and started talking and cracking his shit. When Senior started cracking his, Junior name then start everybody talking about Junior in Boots now. Everybody, especially after the performance Boots had. After the performance a couple of weeks ago that Junior had. One of the best promoting tactics that I've ever seen. And hey, we seen Bill do it, right? We seen Ronnie said, I hate the boxing man. We seen Schofield Senior do it. Schofield Senior, now you can't do it and not show up for the damn fight. You can't do it and not show up for the fight. I'm just saying. I say that respectfully. Shout out to Schofield Senior. But if you're not showing up for the fights, you can't talk. You can't pop that shit. In my opinion. So now, what it comes down to is We gotta see this happen. We gotta see it happen. I don't think it's any bigger, I ain't gonna say any bigger fight. I ain't gonna say that. I think there's some big fights out there to be made. But I don't think there's a bigger fight at the division, the welterweight division, than Brian Norman Jr. and Boots Ennis. I don't think there's a bigger fight. Mario Barrios, stop hiding. I say that respectfully to Mario Barrios. Stop hiding. Get in there and get the smoke as well. Get in there and get the smoke. I understand what you're saying, Marky. I understand what you're saying. Neither one of them are technically at 47 right now. Neither one. But that's okay. That's okay. I think when Devin, when Ryan, when Tio, when they get to the division, it's going to be plenty of smoke there. It's going to be plenty of smoke there. All I'm saying is make it happen. Make it motherfucking happen. That's it. Now, I got to talk about this fight that just happened this weekend. Boots put on a masterclass performance, unified the division in the welterweight division, unified it. Showed up and showed out. I thought that Boots put on a hell of a performance. I wasn't expecting. I had it going to the cards, it being a decision. Boots said, "Damn it, you don't know what the hell you looking at. You don't know what the hell you looking at." And proceeded to put hands on Stanley Onis in a way that we've never seen. We ain't never seen Stanley Onis stopped. We ain't never seen that. Yet alone quit on the stool. Never been seen before. Obviously, Boots deserve all the credit in the world for the performance that he put on. I hear you, Ronnie. Ronnie said Boots got hands put on him too. You're going to get hit in the fight. My brother Cash, I said it respectfully. My brother said, "Hey, you said Boots got exposed." I recanted that immediately. Exposed is the wrong word. Did he get touched? Absolutely. At the same time, if he was getting touched, then what we gonna say Stanley Onis was doing? Stanley Onis, it was more than getting touched. Stanley Onis, this man was getting punished. He got punished. We seen Cuevas. We seen this man quit against Junior. We seen this man quit. We watched Stanley Onis quit. I don't know if it was a corner. Maybe it was the corner. Maybe it was. I don't know who it was. I don't know who pulled that out and said quit. I don't know who said it. That's what we watched happen though. When the last time y'all seen a nigga not get off the stool and not be ready to fight? Yeah. The only reason you ain't ready to fight because you were taking the ass whooping. Who payroll I'm on? Who paying me? Who's paying me? We can't say that? Hold on. So now all of a sudden, and I said, So now we can't sit here and say that Boots put on a masterclass performance, because this is what the man did. An absolute masterclass. And now we're going to criticize him? That ain't what I'm about. We're going to give credit what credit is due. Ronnie, every fighter that you ever seen fight gets hit. All fighters get hit. Once again, Cash, I already told you what happened. I'll play the video if I need to. It's okay, though. It's okay. I'll play the video if I need to, Cash. You already know how I am. We'll pull it up immediately. If that's what you want to, if that's the route you want to go, that's fine. I ain't got no problem. What I'm trying to tell you is this. We're giving credit where credit is due. And Boots deserve all the credit in the world right now. I may disagree that Stanley Onis was the second best fighter in the division. I may disagree with that. Who cares what I disagree with? That man went on and put hands, feet, up, down, whatever you want to see. This is what the man did. And we giving credit where credit is due. Over here. I think it's crazy, and individually, people want to throw away. I know, BVO. You call him a cab driver. I got it. The man is a cab driver. I got you. All I'm trying to tell you is when I'm looking at it and what I'm seeing, it's upper level talent. Hence the reason I want to see the fight. I want to see the smoke. I don't think it's out of anybody's realm of imagination to say, yeah, you're damn right. Right now, I think Boots and I think Junior beat the hell out of Barrios. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last. But I don't think I'm wrong. Not in this situation, with that fight. I don't even think, and I say it respectfully. I say it respectfully. Mario Barrios, the man went life and death with, and once again, with Abel Ramos. This man getting hands put on him on a regular basis, regardless of who he fight. In my opinion, if he fight that upper level, the other champions in the division, man getting a hand put on him. And I'm not trying to shit on Mario Barrios. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just telling you what I see. Anybody expect Abel Ramos and him to be a draw? Did anybody expect that? I don't think we did. So at the end of the day, my whole thing with it is that credit has to be given. Regardless of how you feel about a fighter, you have to give that fighter credit for what they've done in the sport. And what we saw from Boots was special. It was special. We ain't never seen this man stopped, and we watched this man get the brake shoes beat off of him. Same thing when it comes to the Junior. We watched Junior fight a guy who never been stopped. Third round stoppage, man quit. I can give credit to both fighters. But the question right here that my brother D-Ray just asked, What's next? Y'all know I'm not the one to say let the fight marinate. Fuck marination. I don't give a damn about marination. Let's get the smoke now. Oh, my bad. I got you. Hold on. Real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Real quick. Give me 1 second. I done fucked the money. I done fucked some shit up. Wouldn't be the first time I done did it. Won't be the last time that I done did it. I said it respectfully to myself in this situation. Ain't that a shame? Wouldn't be the first time I done did it. Let me do it this way. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey. That ain't you. There we go, right there. Here we go. All right, there we go. So, had to have housekeeping things. Housekeeping things. Y'all smash the like button, man. Smash the like button. Hey, hit the cash app. It's scrolling across the bottom. That's what they tell you. Hit the cash app. Hey, hit the super chat if you want to. We ain't got no problem with it one way or another, man. I have to say, though, shout out to Boots, because regardless of who we fighting next, and me personally, I want to see him in Junior next. That's what I want to see. Me. Damn all the other stuff. And I know. The money, that's one thing, but I got to do things the right way. We got my sister in the building, man. The co-host of the show tonight. You understand what I'm saying? Let me make sure I get us right before I bring her on the right way. A Georgia native and a brilliant mind as far as boxing go. We got my sister Bella in the building, man. Bella, welcome to the show, sis.
Dub. Hey, Dub.
What's going on?
Long day, but here to talk some boxing. Oh, Dub. Have you seen these YouTube streets?
The YouTube street, we done discussed it a little bit already. The YouTube streets is wild. It's wild right now. It's wild out here.
It is, but
we had my brother Senior. Senior was over at KQKC. Shout out to KQ, and real quick, I always got to shout my OG out. That's my OG right there. If it weren't for KQKC, I wouldn't know nothing about this YouTube boxing community. First person that I ever found in the YouTube boxing community. Shout out to OG, man. A hell of an interview. A wild interview. I ain't gonna lie to you, a wild one. Did you see it in its entirety?
I did. Was OG out of order?
Everybody was out of order on the damn interview. Man. Everybody was.
I want to get to these boxing topics, but just briefly. We have to all stop crashing out on the internet, you guys. We got to stop crashing out. What was that? Why he had to crash? Why he had to call back in and let him know about himself?
See you out of order. Was see you in order out of order.
Man, come on, man.
You know what? Some crazy. See you a real nigga. So it's some shit that I probably wouldn't do it that way. Me personally, I done got a little older in life, so I wouldn't quite do it that way. But right. I know a lot of niggas that I didn't grow up with. That's exactly how they're gonna do it.
Just really quick, and I'm not, because I don't want to critique KQ because I don't know KQ like that.
Shout out to KQ. That's the OG.
Shout out to him. He does a good show. I'm just saying, if I were interviewing him, just after the interview is over, I would just briefly recap. I wouldn't really go into too many comments that are, responding to comments and just, saying that the person I'm interviewing, is talking too much. They may take it the wrong way. I didn't particularly like it either, but when Norman Sr., and I think what set him off was when he said the bill
pressing. Oh. Go ahead.
No, when he said that he's almost as bad as Bill Haney or something to that effect. Like when he was talking about, I guess, how much he talks and he couldn't get a word in and things like that. I just could. But Norman Senior, he could have composed himself better, but I wouldn't have done that.
So let me ask you this, sis. And I know we gotta talk about it. Hey, it ain't no reason to sweep it under the rug. KO, he done responded. What was your thoughts on Senior coming out saying, "Hey, when I see him, I'm putting hands on him"? That's what he said. What was your thoughts on that piece of it, as far as him and KO go?
Yeah, that's messy. I couldn't. I mean, that's how he feels. That's some Georgia. That's some Georgia-ish.
It's real nigga shit, but at the same time, it's boxing. This is boxing talk. We're talking boxing.
Nah, but it's still his son though. It's his son, so he might put hands on you over his son, and if he feels like KO may be pushing narratives against his son and him. And he feels like it's out of control. He's saying, you know what? I'm gonna catch you outside about it.
No, man, this is no. So look. If my son, if he playing basketball and a nigga online talking shit about him, I'm not trying to make it personal like that. Like, all right, hey, as long as even we saw LeBron kind of crash out over his son, so I understand it. And I know how I feel about my son, but at the same time, I'm gonna prove your ass wrong on the court. That's what he gonna prove you wrong. It's not gonna be me. He gonna prove you wrong.
But Dub, you got to remember they're a boxing family.
Agreed.
So he wants to put hands. He wants to do it to him. But he's not gonna do anything. He can't do anything. KO's in Texas, right? Yeah. And he's in Georgia. So I don't understand why he had to make the comments.
Hey.
You're not going to take a flight to Texas. KO's not going to fly from Texas to Georgia. And, like, what are we doing?
And if you, and I say it respectfully, hey, I know Texas niggas. I don't know if KO, and I got a lot of, I got love and respect for KO. I don't know what he holding, but I know, hey, in Georgia, shit. All right, run up, dude. All right. If that's what you want to do,
come on.
If that's what you want to do, it create a whole nother situation that I don't think needs.
You gotta use your, don't use weapons. You gotta use your hands. But
shit, I ain't trying. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting you. No,
y'all crazy.
I don't do none of that no more. I say that respect, but I don't want no smoke either. I don't want no smoke. So, self-defense will be claimed any day of the week around here. That's just my opinion. All I'm saying is I do understand, and I don't think it had to go to the whole physical vibe, that type of thing. But I do understand where Senior coming from.
I do.
At the same time, I don't think KO is making a biased criticism. KO is KO. He's gonna criticize like he criticized. He do that anyway. That's what he's gonna do. So I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I'll put it like this, right? With Norman Senior, I can understand how he feels like. Listen, I'm a boxer. A lot of these people on the internet, they're emboldened by the internet. They start talking crazy in the comments, talking about, he's stupid and he ducking, and you don't have any information. You don't know anything. If anything, we on YouTube and we're really the ones in the dark. He's the one who has the information. He has the paperwork. Y'all running with numbers. Y'all don't actually know. That's why I try not to be an accountant. When folks are talking about B-side this and he only got 100,000 for this, he said, actually, my son's minimums are actually 300,000. So where'd the $100,000 number come from? That's why I don't talk about these numbers, because I don't care enough to do it.
I just want to see the fight here. That's
That's all. But that's all I'm saying is there are people on YouTube that think they know something and they know nothing, especially in these boxing chats. Like you're not anybody's financial advisor. You're not an accountant. You don't work in boxing media. You just be scrolling on YouTube all day. Knock it off.
Man.
You don't know anything. Oh, but go ahead.
Real quick, man. Shout out to Fight Sports, man. Straight out of New Zealand, man. My brother, straight out of New Zealand, and we're gonna drop the link after we get through our topics.
Fight Sports.
Shout out to Fight Sports in the building, man. Fight Sports Talk, and y'all make sure y'all go sub to Fight Sports Talk, man. Brother doing a great job over there. He said 2 of my favorite people to talk too much or to talk to. Much love. Shout out to my brother,
Much
man.
love, Fight Sport.
Hey, shout out to Fight Sports. Straight out of New Zealand. I told y'all, we international, man. Shout out to Fight Sports, man. Shout out to my sister Nick J in the building as well. I got to ask this question, Bill. I got to ask this before we move from this topic. Who out of order?
In terms of between KO and Norman Senior?
And Senior.
To me, Norman Senior more so because he's turning it physical. He's out of order for turning it physical. It's not to be turned. I don't think this is to be turned physical. It's just not. I feel like this could be solved with words. Maybe not on KO's platform. I wouldn't do it on his platform. It would have to be somewhere neutral. So I could.
Hey, we got a neutral platform over here. If y'all want to get it in, yes. We got a neutral platform over here. So
it would be so great if it could happen here at the Dub Right Side on the Dub Right Side channel. I would facilitate that. Keep everyone in order and no threats. We don't need to make physical threats. We could literally just talk about. We can compare points. We can discuss. What the discrepancies are between, why are they not aligned? Why is it all of this nonsense and drama? It doesn't need to be all of this. Just on, this topic. I don't understand it. But yeah, I'm with you, Dub. But I'm here to really talk boxing, not to talk.
I got you, sis. I got you. Real quick, shout out to Ronnie Bravo, or I hate Ronnie Bravo, one of the worst judges besides myself. I think I may be the worst judge. Possibly, but Ronnie is second according to the people. According to the people, me and him, we 1 and 2. So, but shout out to my brother, man. Fans need to stay in a fan's place. That's crazy work right there. That's crazy work. Appreciate the $2 in the super chat, my brother. Much love and respect. Much love and respect. So, sis, man, I want to get to the topics tonight, man. I want to get to the topics. Oh, hold on, Nick, just go watch KQ show. The last, and I always try to catch his whole show. If I can't watch it live, then I always try to catch it on the playback. But just go catch the last 45 minutes of his show, something like that, and you'll understand exactly what we're talking about, sis. It got crazy. It got wild over there. Senior, KQ had an interview with Senior today, and so. Just you gotta watch how it played out. I can't really explain it. You gotta watch it if that makes sense. You gotta watch it.
Just watch it from it. Yes, fast forward through KQ and go exactly when it like you see Brian Norman Senior's face pop up. Like start from the beginning and watch it because it's like the beginning. He's going straight at it in the beginning. And then, like at the end, when he calls back in,
and that was crazy. That was crazy work. That was so. The whole even with the knockout thing, I was like, okay, you don't fuck with knockout, this, that. It ain't got to be threats, nothing like that. But when KQ said what he said afterward, and Senior pulled back up, I was like, oh Lord, what we done got ourselves into, man. It was crazy work. It was crazy work.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't want to really spoil it for y'all. So yeah, go ahead and watch that.
First. Definitely, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to KQ.
He pulled back up on him.
Hey, facts. And hey, look, all I'm gonna say is, sis Nick, it ended with man, fuck you too. That's what it ended with. That's what it ended with.
I was entertained.
Hey, shout out to KQ, man. KQ, y'all, like I said, y'all make sure y'all go sub to KQ. Doing a hell of a job. The OG call fights. Every fight card, he gonna call them. Y'all go show that brother love, man. So I want to get into some of the topics. First things first, I kind of already done cooked a little bit on what I thought about Boots' performance. But what's your thoughts on what Boots did to Stan Leonis, beating this man, as BVO would say? Shout out to BVO. I see my brother in the chat. I call him Sombrero, respectfully. Shout out to Sombrero. But as BVO would say, we watched Stan Leonis get beat to death. The man quit on the stool.
Not exactly, but yeah, he got beat up. Yeah, he got beat up. Yes.
I mean, he didn't have nothing for Boots, in my opinion. What was your thoughts on the fight?
Not much. Nope. So from the beginning, Boots was popping that jab out. And I said, oh man, this is going to be a long, long, long night for Imantas Stanionis. That 6-inch reach advantage and that speed difference showed immediately. He invested in the body pretty fast. Yeah, I thought Jaron Ennis, he separated himself definitely for, and I didn't think this was a 50-50 fight anyway, but what I thought of the fight was Jaron Ennis was clearly faster. He worked up and down, but mainly it was just it was a good fight, but it was more so a good performance. It actually wasn't a good fight. It was a good performance from Jaron Ennis. It was almost like a showcase. Stanionis, he fights more like a Mexican, but like an Eastern European hybrid, like a Mexican Eastern European, but more so Mexican. Coming forward, not much volume, but I will say, his right hand was connecting here and there, but I don't think he ever really hurt Boots at any point. So Boots was basically in rhythm, so much so, I mean, he started dancing in between. He was very
styling. He was styling.
He was flashy, styling, and Stanionis was basically in that high guard, getting picked apart. And shout out to Queens of Boxing Talk, because I totally forgot. Yeah, Stanionis, he did have that appendicitis surgery. So yeah, Boots attacked that body, and it was by that, I think the 5th round or the 6th round, it was he couldn't recover. I don't think, or he couldn't come back and win the fight at all. He was pretty deflated mentally, just because the way Jaron Ennis, like, he had his hands down at his waist. I mean, it was just like target practice for him. That's what this fight was. This fight was basically target practice. But Stanionis, he was game for a little bit, but yeah, it was good. A good performance for Boots Ennis.
I've heard people say that they compare the performance that Boots put on against what Floyd did to Gotti, right?
Okay. Yeah, it was very dominant performance, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't disagree with it. When I looked at it, I'm like, man, the performance that Boots put on in that fight, I thought it was spectacular. I want to ask this question before we move forward, but I listened to how Eddie Hearn spoke about Boots. I've also listened to how Eddie Hearn speak about other fighters. Mm-hmm. I don't want to name no names in this situation, but I done heard how Eddie Hearn speak on fighters. It seemed like Eddie Hearn think that Boots is the next great American champion. Okay. What's your thoughts on it?
Okay, here's the thing. I think he can be, because he basically has it all, I think. But the thing is, he could be the next, great American champion. But I'm wondering if Eddie Hearn is really going to invest in Boots. Boots really needs the promotion, and he needs that, that marketing and that backing from Matchroom. And I feel like he's not getting that. I think, but you're just saying in terms of like Boots' skill set, could he be the next great American champion? I think he can.
What? No. I'm asking. Do you think Eddie Hearn will promote him that way?
No, I don't.
Amazing.
No, I do not. I think he needs to promote him like he is the best fighter. But that's the thing. He's got Conor Benn. He's got AJ.
Conor Benn?
But that's what I'm saying. The thing with Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks, they're gonna fight, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that KSI and Speed promotion he's doing? It's got Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks everywhere, and it's just a lot of eyes on that fight. I felt like there weren't many eyes on this fight. Yes, Philadelphia turned out, but the boxing, community, casuals didn't really hear about it too much. And the boxing community, mainly, we found out about it the week of the fight. More so, well, we knew about it. Not this channel. Like, we talked about it leading up to the fight, so not like this channel.
But in general.
In the greater boxing community, that fight was literally not a conversation in the greater boxing community until the week of. That should have been a conversation. Boots and Stanionis, they're supposed to be 1 and 2. They're supposed to be the champions at 47, but that's, because they were elevated and they both didn't beat champions, I kind of felt like that put a, bit of a damper on it too.
But there was no chance to beat champions, and the reason being is because Bud had all the belts.
Yep, and he
and had to end up vacating. So it wasn't a chance. There was no opportunity for them to beat champions.
Right. So
I think it has to be. But I will say what I look for now, because and I know you rock with Bud. I know you do. At the same time, we watched EJ go and collect 3 belts one by one by one. We watched Bud put hands on Jeff Horn, and then put hands on multiple other individuals at the 47 division, stopping them, right? And we finally got, and we talked about that fight, hell, I was talking about it with people that I know way before I even found out about the YouTube boxing community. So this fight was talked about for 5-6 years. I just hope that this situation doesn't end up there.
You're saying you hope Brian Norman Jr. situation doesn't. Okay.
Well, first off, Barrios, my brother, you're not beating nobody. I say that respectfully. You're not beating nobody, but we want to see your fight.
There's a chance, but
to beat who?
I mean, these guys that you're gonna have a little chance. I mean, with Barrios though, my thing is PBC, are they keeping him around as like the guy that the stars when they come back and they want him to have a return at 47? Is that what he's there for?
I don't know how true this is, but we heard that, and I hope it's wrong, because I don't want to see EJ fight at 47 anymore. I think the man need to go on and move up. But we heard that there was a possibility of EJ versus Barrios. Gotta be. I said respect. I think EJ beat the dog shit out of Barrios. Even a weight drain EJ. My whole thing is, bro, stop fighting at 47, man. Go on and move up.
He was contractually obligated to fight Terrence Crawford, and the fight didn't happen. Or again for the rematch, and it didn't happen. Everybody was talking about he couldn't make 47.
He said he wanted it. The big fish said he wanted it at 54.
Right, he said he wanted it at 54. So he wasn't doing another fight at 47.
That's why I didn't believe it. I didn't believe the reports that were being reported. I don't believe them. But at the same time, I can't understand if the PBC would do something like that. Look, the PBC right now, and I know people love the PBC. I don't really have no allegiance to any promotional company.
Right.
At the same time, the PBC, as far as the 47 division goes, all they got is Mario Barrios. That's all they got.
Yeah.
So if I'm the PBC, business wise, now I disagree with it, but business wise, Nigga, I'm trying my best to hold on to that damn belt. We making every fight except a dangerous one for you. Absolutely.
But I thought the PBC and Top Rank were working together.
They supposedly are.
So then why couldn't the Mario Barrios Brian Norman Jr. fight? Why couldn't it happen? Just because it's very dangerous and
I didn't say it couldn't happen.
Jay would be the favorite?
I didn't say it couldn't happen. All I'm saying is, agreed, Free. Agreed. That was from Rick Glazier. So I don't. And shout out to Rick Glazier, man.
Yeah.
I don't know when the man telling the truth or capping. I don't know. So I don't want to get too far into that. But as far as that fight go, if I'm the PBC, nigga, I'm not trying to put my only champion in the 47 division. There was a time the PBC controlled that division. Remember Sides of the Streets?
Yes, that is true.
They controlled it.
Definitely.
And so now there is no control outside of Barrios, which even with that fight, I believe Barrios, who he beat to get that belt? I don't even remember who he beat.
Ugas. Did he beat Ugas?
Ugas. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And all I'm saying is that if I am the PBC, which once again I disagree with, but if I am them, I need some type of leverage.
Yeah.
And that belt is my leverage. Y'all want to be undisputed? All right. This is the money we need for this fight. And hey, they're gonna take theirs off the top as always. So
right.
All I'm saying is and I want to hear your opinion on it. Is Mario Barrios gonna fight any of these champions in the division, in your opinion?
I'm not sure. It's just a matter of if Barrios wants to do it himself. It was just like at a certain point, right? Because even Tom Brown was saying like he didn't think Stanionis should have took that amount of money to fight Jaron Ennis, but it was just a certain point in Stanionis' life. He's having a child, and I mean he's fought before he fought Boots. He fought one time in 3 years, and he was just like, listen, I need to know where I am. I have to take the fight with Ennis. You can't call the purse bid with his man. No, he doesn't want that. He wants the bigger fight with Boots.
Man almost had to go back to working a regular job, respectfully.
Wait, say that one.
I said the man almost had to go back to working a regular job.
Right? Yes.
You ain't fighting in 3 years. Money don't stretch that long.
Listen, he told Tom Brown, this is what I want. Barrios is going to have to be the one to say, listen, I understand you guys are, pushing me maybe against fighting a Brian Norman Jr. or fighting, a champion, any champion, Boots. So, but I need to know where I am in this division currently. He's got to also want the fight. If Barrios doesn't want the fight, PBC doesn't want the fight will not happen. They will continue saying, listen, we're going to need this or whatever, and it probably won't happen. But if Barrios just needs, a dollar amount, but he really is ready to fight Boots, because he said that in the end of 2023, early 2024, that he was ready. Or excuse me, Bob Santos said Barrios was ready. So I'm not sure, why that fight couldn't be made either. I mean, so just in conclusion, is Barrios going to do it? I don't know. Hopefully he does, but he's been hiding under a damn rock. He needs to come out. It's time. The champions, fighting. It's time to unify. And he shouldn't be exempt from that.
Hey, we need to have it. Hey, smoke for this nigga too. The same smoke we got for all these other fighters. Barrios, where you at, man? Where you at?
Nobody wants to see Barrios and Pacquiao. Pacquiao is like pushing 50.
Why is Pacquiao even fighting anymore?
I don't know.
Well, they say that the man is broke. I don't know nothing about it.
How?
That's what they say. They say he spent a lot of money on his campaign to be president. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Or something. Yeah, come on, man.
Or senator or whatever. I don't know what happened there. I have no clue. All I'm saying, I want to ask this though. And we got to move forward because we got a couple other topics we got to cover.
Yes, let's move.
When we have the new guys coming up there now, the Devin Haney's, the Ryan Garcias, the Teofimo Lopez's,
right?
Boots himself said that he makes the weight easily. Junior said he make the weight easily. We haven't heard from Barrios, respectfully. We haven't heard from him in a month of Sunday. So I think there are some big fights for both of these guys as far as the youngsters coming up. Man, out of the guys that I named, as far as those guys moving up, would you want to see any of those fights? Do you think Devin, Ryan, T.O., do you think they beat these guys? Do you think they get knocked out? Do you think they? What's your thoughts on these up and comer young set or 47 pounders?
So in terms of Devin, T.O., I believe T.O. is supposed to be, after this Barboza fight, isn't he supposed to be potentially fighting? I know he's been calling out Boots Ennis at 47. So after this Barboza fight, I don't know how it's gonna go, but will Devin and T.O. fare at 47? I think so. I think either one of them could be a Mario Barrios. To be honest, Ryan Garcia, he potentially could too. Clean. I think they have definitely some there's some talent coming up to 47 to shake up the division. It needs to be shook up for sure, because to be completely honest, 47, it's not a strong division. If you look at the contenders, it's just not a strong division. But I'd like to see the mix up. I'm just a fan. I think that there are opportunities for the smaller guys, now coming up in weight. Devin Haney is pretty big. He might be better at 47 because he's not,
draining himself.
Yeah. He's probably gonna be better. I'm not sure how T.O.'s gonna fare. Those guys at 47, being bigger than I don't know how T.O. will fare. But I like those guys. They have skills. But yeah, I think Devin Haney with his boxing ability, because I believe he would be ranked number 1 in the WBC, right?
Yeah,
so,
he would be able to challenge directly Mario Barrios for that title.
So yeah, and oh right, so with Jose Ramirez, I believe, did Devin state that he needs more weight? I think I heard that too.
So I don't know yet. I've heard that I think they say that Devin or Ramirez team is saying Devin wants to fight at 47. It's supposed to be at 44. Right. But my whole thing is this. Nigga, what we fighting at the catchweight for anyways?
I don't know.
Fight at the damn, man. We have weight classes for a reason. Fuck the damn catchweights. And even when it came down to Ryan Garcia and Tank, nigga, 136, no, fight at 35, make the weight, and then you ain't got to worry about a rehydration clause. And so the way I look at it, same thing with Devin, and man, damn all that 44 and all that shit, man. Fight at 47 and move forward. Either you're fighting at 40, either you're fighting at 35, 40, 47. That's the weight class you're fighting in. Stop all this catchweight shit, man. I don't really fuck with the catchweights like that. That's me. That's my opinion.
Right. But yeah, like you asked, can those guys mix it up? I believe they can. So I look forward to seeing how 47 materializes with the new guys coming up, for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
I ain't mad at it. I want to move forward to the next topic. Well, first things first. I'll ask you. We spoke on senior. We already spoke on seniors to some degree, so I don't want to go back into that bag. Let's move forward, and then we'll see what the people got for us. But O'Shaquie Foster versus Raymond Ford. First things first. Raymond Ford, he had a fight this weekend. He was fighting Matisse. Matisse.
Yep.
I'm going to let you give your opinion on the fight before I do, because what I'm going to say is probably going to be disrespectful to somebody. So I'm going to let you give your opinion first, sis. Go ahead.
So Raymond Ford, he looked sharp against Matisse. I thought he performed pretty well. Now, Thomas Matisse, on the other hand, he looks sloppy to me. He was doing things that were pretty weird in the fight. I think at one point, like he blew like a kissy face at him.
Oh yeah, he definitely blew a kiss.
Yeah, Thomas Matisse, he's not a guy that I really care to watch at all. I just thought he was weird, and then my favorite part of the fight was Montana Love.
Oh look,
Telling
windmill. Oh my God.
You got the windmill.
Hey, shout out to the Queens, man. Shout out to Nick J. Shout out to Boxiana. I believe, I say it respectfully, I believe the first person I ever heard say windmill, it was Boxiana. I believe that was the first person I ever heard say it. And I'm just going to tell the truth. This man didn't come to fight.
No.
I don't know why he was in the ring. The man did more talking than he did punching. I watched this man literally utilize the high guard, come forward, and then reset with no punches thrown. No punches thrown. And I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, hold on. And then next thing you know, he started talking and get hit with a 2, 3, 4 piece.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
The man was out of order. I say it respectfully. Shout out to all bosses, because hey, I ain't in the ring, so y'all in the ring, y'all taking punches. But
I'm wondering if these guys that they set up the other fighters with, the setup guys, the guys that are kind of used as the punching bags, right? That's basically what he was. He was a punching bag of that fight.
The man, hold on, real quick. I gotta say, the man, Raymond Ford landed more punches than this man threw.
Yeah.
How does that happen in a fight?
Did this guy gamble on himself? Did he gamble on himself to go to decision?
Hey, shit, he had to.
That's probably what he did. That's got to be the reason why, because he really wasn't throwing punches.
Hold on, man. I gotta say this. So we done took boxing to pro baseball back in the late 80s, early 90s.
That's what makes sense to me. He had to bet on himself. These guys, they gotta get money, extra money somehow. That's probably what he did.
I got Raymond Ford by decision.
And I'm fighting them, yes. Yes.
That's crazy work. That's crazy.
Has this dude ever been has he ever been knocked out?
No, I don't think he's never been knocked out.
They go to decision. So yeah, he probably bet himself to go to decision against Ford. So anyway, but yeah, that was so ridiculous. But we can go. I mean, you want to talk about O'Shaquie and Raymond Ford?
Well, first things first. O'Shaquie, him and Raymond Ford, they get into it. The first question I gotta ask now, and I seen it on Twitter. I always tell you, I ain't no big Twitter guy. It is what it is, but I seen Shakur. Shakur jumped into this shit.
Yes.
And I said, I thought Shakur was out of order. I'm like, bro, this shit ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. Like, why are you even jumping into this one? Let these niggas, they in the weight class together. You know what I'm saying? This was Raymond Ford's first fight at 30. O'Shaquie, he's a champion at 30. Lamont Roach a champion. Navarrete a champion. I believe the IBF is there is no IBF champion right now, and I believe that's correct. I might be out of order. Call me out of order if I'm out of order. But
okay, yep.
But the thing is first things, I think, and I'm just be honest, I think O'Shaquie Foster put hands on Raymond Ford. I think he put hands on Raymond Ford. Me personally. Now, I like Raymond Ford. I'm a fan of Raymond Ford. Man, I'm a fan of all these guys. Man, I love good boxing. At the same time, I think O'Shaquie Foster, he got stoppage power. He got good timing. He the longer, bigger fighter. Raymond Ford, in my opinion, the man look cut up, but the man power is subpar. I say that respectfully. But the man can box his ass off. He can box his ass off. So I love watching them fight. I think it's a bad matchup for him. If that fight was to come to fruition, I'm taking Oshaki in that one, man. I'm taking Shock. What's your
Interesting. That's interesting. Oshaki Foster, lately, he's very defensive minded. He's more of a defensive minded fighter. But when he steps on the gas and is determined to get a guy out of there, he does finish well. But also, Raymond Ford also had, I think, probably the best fight of 2024 against that guy from Uzbekistan. I know he lost after that, I believe, to Nick Ball, but
Agreed.
That was probably the best fight of 2024, or one of the best fights of 2024 for me.
Raymond Ford is a dog. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
And so,
even losing to Nick Ball is a dog. That nigga,
right.
I say it respectfully, a little compact muscle. So go ahead.
And I think in that fight, Raymond Ford, he got started too late. But anyway, I think, between Foster, Ford, I look forward to it. I'm not exactly sure. I may lean Oshaki too. I think I would probably lean Oshaki, but for now, I don't think that fight is going to materialize. Is really materializing yet. And I don't know if Foster. He just seemed uninterested in the fight. Like they were talking kind of crap back and forth to each other, leading up to. But I guess maybe after seeing the fight, maybe Oshaki just wasn't impressed and he's not really interested in that fight. Or maybe he wants to, Oshaki's, about to go up to 35. And that's why he called out Shakur Stevenson and, called Shakur Stevenson Raymond Ford's daddy.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta say, one thing I hate about this boxing community as far as these fighters go, Shakur specifically, I'm gonna be honest, and everybody know I love Shakur. I'm a fan. I think that man can box his ass off. Bruh, man, that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. All the whole, I don't like all the, what's the word, how I want to put it. I'm gonna put it this way. This is probably the wrong terminology. The verbal jumping. Nigga, that shit ain't got shit to do with you, bro. Let these niggas get their shit off and let them fight.
Right.
It ain't got, if man, you got other work, and even if Oshaki was to come up, we not looking at you to fight Oshaki Foster. We looking for you to be fighting. We know you're not gonna fight Keyshawn, but we looking for you to fight Zapata, Tank, Lomachenko. You got other work. Why are you in these folks' business, man? Let them handle however they're gonna handle it. This man, Raymond Ford, now moving up, he calling out one of the champions, which that's what we expect individual moving up to do. They're gonna, especially with the skill set that Raymond Ford got,
right.
We expect you to call out champions. And so I don't know what you out here doing all this shit for. Like, bro, let them do what they gonna do. You handle your business. I just don't like the whole, man, don't jump into that because it ain't got shit to do with you, bro.
Yeah, I think, but you know how Shakur is, and I believe he was like referenced in the tweet, so that's probably why he says something, but I don't know. It's just drama. Make the fights. Stop all this Twitter back and forth. We don't care what you say you're going to do. You have to show me.
Sign the contracts.
Sign the contract and show me. As a fan, I don't believe any of you. Show me when the contract is signed. There are press conferences and weigh-ins. I do not believe these boxers. So, yeah, the back and forth, it was entertaining, and it was messy, but nothing much came from it, if that makes it. They just were like going back and forth.
So, I got to ask the question. Who wins that fight? Oshaki, in your opinion? Oshaki Foster or Shakur? I think, like I told you, I lean toward Oshaki versus Raymond Ford, I lean toward O'Shaquie in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I'll be honest, I think O'Shaquie got some dog in him. You know what I'm saying? I think he got a lot of dog in him. He was set up to lose and needed a knockout, and what he did when he knocked some shit out.
He did. Yes.
So
he did.
I believe it was Hernandez or
Lucky
something.
Hernandez, yes.
Yeah. So, hey, shout out to him. All I'm saying is, what's the point of Shakur getting in between? Nah, nigga, let them get if O'Shaquie saying he moving up, even if he move up, nigga, you still not gonna be next. Like he not next in line for you. You got other shit to handle.
Right.
So why even be talking about this?
But I guess maybe Shakur, like, he has the thought process of, like, even if he gets, like, bad publicity or, you know, even if, as long as he's in conversations, even if it's with a fighter he's not actually fighting, it's still good because he's being talked about. He's still perceived as relevant. So I don't know. Or maybe maybe Shakur just likes drama on Twitter. I don't know what his thought process is. But I think when he said, what did he say? He said he didn't want the dollar store version. That was woof. Yeah, it was messy when he said that. So I think Shock might be looking to move up. Ford's clearly, looking to move up. So
Raymond Ford just moved up, so he just
moved. Ford. He just moved up. Excuse me. I think O'Shaquie may be looking to move up.
Right.
So that's why he's calling out Shakur Stevenson. So yeah.
All I'm gonna say, and I want to ask one more question about that situation, because I don't want to go. I got something else coming for that situation, so I don't want to go too far into that. I got something else that I'm thinking about doing with that whole conversation. So I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one.
I got you.
But I will say, I just gotta say, Shakur, you got other work, man. Let these niggas handle what they got going on. If O'Shaquie move up, then that's one thing. But even if he move up, nigga, you looking to fight champions.
Right.
You're a champion in the division. This man ain't no champion in the division that you in. You looking to fight the champions up there, in my opinion.
But he's a WBC champion, right? At 30?
Absolutely. So he could be called as,
yes,
when he moves up, as the mandatory, depending on how the WBC moves. Agree.
But yeah, I agree with you though. I don't want to see Shakur and O'Shaquie right now. I just don't want to see it. I'm not sure how competitive it will be right now. And plus, you're just not on the radar. Shakur's got William Zepeda. He's got Gervonta Davis. He's got other champions at 35. Yes, O'Shaquie, respectfully, you're not on the radar right now. Yeah.
You're not on the radar. And moving forward, though, I want to talk about, we see now, it seems like Shakur has or it seems like that there's a purse bid now for Shakur and Zepeda.
Yes.
I think that's the worst thing.
No.
We don't. I don't know that.
Come to an agreement yet.
I was gonna say that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they still have time to come to an agreement before the purse bid is ordered. But Shakur is saying a lot of things in interviews. I'm not sure how the Shakur and Zepeda negotiations are going currently, but just kind of like out of the clear blue sky, Shakur stating that he would be open to dropping this Zepeda fight to fight Gervonta Davis, who appears to be locked in maybe into a rematch with Lamont Roach. So I'm not sure.
I hope so. We need that rematch.
Oh, for sure. But my thing is, I'm not sure why Shakur is right now saying, he'll drop things for Gervonta Davis. So I'm wondering, like, does Shakur know something we don't know? Is Gervonta Davis not locked into this rematch? Is he potentially available? why is Shakur saying he'll drop everything for the blockbuster fight between him and Gervonta Davis? But
I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I love Shakur Stevenson. I'm a fan. The man talking too much right now. He's talking way too much. What he need to be focused on is the Williams Zepeda smoke. That's what he need to be focused on. You said you wanted to fight, right? He went and signed with a promotional company to get this fight.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So if you're gonna do all these things, damn all the other talk that's going on, the background noise. No, I need you focused and speaking on this. Yeah, I understand you gotta promote yourself. You gotta be out there speaking this, that, whatever. But what happens is you start talking and you're talking too much.
Agreed.
You're out of order. You're out of order once again.
But Shakur, I believe he was upset regarding the payment for, fighting Williams Zepeda. I believe, Riyadh season, Turkey, he claims that Turkey gave him a number, and then pay him. The words of Shakur Stevenson, Turkey sent his towel boys to let him know, hey, we're actually going to pay you, X amount. And I believe the amount probably he got initially, was for a fight between Shakur and Zepeda to occur in Saudi Arabia. But it's looking like the fight is actually going to take place in America. And so he got, ended up getting less than what he was originally told. And that's kind of what sparked everything. And, that's when Oscar De La Hoya tweeted, like, so you're just, after all the crap this dude's been talking, and, of course I'm censoring myself, but after all the crap this dude's talking, he's not taking the fight. So, yeah, Shakur, but he told us in this, Shakur Stevenson's mouth, that he cares about making this fight, and the Zepeda fight is his focus. So hopefully he, is a man of his word, and he sticks to that, because I do look forward to the Shakur Stevenson Williams Zepeda fight to see how he handles Williams Zepeda's volume and that pressure, that pressure fighting style.
Yeah,
I do want to see the fight. So I'm not sure why Gervonta Davis was brought up. Not sure why he's going back and forth with Oshaki, but Shakur, the Williams Zepeda fight should definitely be the focus. So, not sure.
I'm gonna just tell you the truth, sis. And I love. Hey, I love Shakur. I'm a fan.
You always start with you love Shakur.
I do. But hey, well, I gotta criticize the man. I got to. The reason being, what you want me to? I can't lie to you about what he's doing.
Start with love. Start with love.
Hey. You always, managerially speaking, you always talk the positive sandwich, man. You start with something positive, you go ahead and get yours off, and then you end with something positive. That's how you do it. I'm a corporate individual. I say that respectfully. Look, I love Shakur. The man is out of order. He out of order because at the end of the day, we want to see you against the best guys in your division. And to have these conversations with niggas that's smaller than you, niggas that you're not gonna fight, we ain't trying to hear all of that. We not trying to hear any of that. What we trying to see is you get in the ring with the top level competition.
Right.
One of the reasons, in my personal opinion, one of the reasons that I watched what's my brother's name, man? Keyshawn Davis. Mm-hmm. Keyshawn, the reason and it seemed like this fight is signed now with Edward De Los Santos. De Los Santos, this man, he's not a top 5 individual.
Oh no.
But at the same time, the reason that fight is made is because, I gotta put hands on this nigga for my brother. I gotta put hands on him for my brother. That's how I look at it.
That's how you look at it? Interesting.
I think it's much more dangerous competition for Keyshawn, better competition, better fighters than Edward De Los Santos. Me personally.
Okay.
I think the reason Keyshawn wanted this fight so much is because, hey, everybody said my brother ran from him, so now they claim to be brothers, don't they?
They do.
My brother. So this is the get back right here, and Keyshawn ain't for the run. Matter of fact, I believe Keyshawn probably stopped Edwin De Los Santos. I don't think Edwin De Los Santos is that great of a fighter, me personally.
Right.
But at the same time, I think Keyshawn, and I love Shakur. I think Keyshawn got more dog in him. I think he got more dog than Shakur do. And I could be wrong about it. Shakur got to show it, though. And Keyshawn is taking this fight as far as, I'm going to show you what I do.
Right.
And really what I think he's saying is, this the difference between us. This the difference.
That's what I think. I think this is the separation fight. This is the fight that's, for whatever reason, will be looked at by fans as the litmus test between Shakur and Keyshawn. Edwin will be the litmus test for both Shakur and Keyshawn. And I'm not sure that's exactly fair, but I think that's what's going to happen. And Keyshawn, should win this fight. De Los Santos, he's known, definitely not by casuals, but hardcore boxing fans, a lot of us, we know De Los Santos. His last performance, trash, horrible, did not throw enough punches, wasn't cutting off the ring. He's got to bounce back even from that. On top of the fact, he was out of order. He was out of order too. He was out of order. Inactive, on top of having blood clots. On top of this, it's a lot that Edwin De Los Santos has to overcome. And then on top, he's fighting Keyshawn. And Keyshawn is coming into his own. But, Edwin De Los Santos, when he's on, and then another thing about Edwin De Los Santos, in a lot of his fights, he's not well conditioned. So he runs out of gas too.
Whose fault is that?
Will you say that one more time?
Whose fault is that?
That's what I'm saying. I know, but I'm just pointing it out.
I'm with you. I got you. I just got to ask the question.
That's his fault. But he's also, inactive with, everything that's been going on with him. But hey, Keyshawn got the fight made. So, we're going to get the fight. Is it the best fight in the best? No. But that litmus test, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to serve for interesting boxing talk, not necessarily actually be impactful for that division. No, it's not. No.
I don't think that, and I want to hear your opinion on this. I don't think that Keyshawn stops Edwin De Los Santos, but I think he put an ass whooping on him. And it might be a stoppage. It might end up being a stoppage. I think that Keyshawn, he just shot. And this is the reason I had the problem with the Shakur fight. Mm-hmm. I think Shakur is a sharp fighter. I think he's very sharp. The problem is the nigga didn't let his hands go. He didn't sit there and bang, and not necessarily bang, pick the nigga apart. But you can't be on the back foot, and I say it respectfully. When you make a record or achieve a record, I don't know what the right terminology is. When you get a record for throwing the least amount of punches, it ain't a record that I want. I don't want that record. Right? Mm-hmm. And so all I'm saying is I think that Keyshawn gonna sit in there. I think Keyshawn, man, he gonna accept the smoke. I think he's gonna get clipped sometimes, but at the same time, I think Keyshawn gonna put hands on Edwin De Los Santos.
Right.
Put hands on him. I think he's a better boxer. Right. And so when we're talking about Shakur, if your brother, quote unquote, can go in and do these type of things, why you ain't do it? You ain't do it?
Keyshawn is moving right into that slot. He's going to move right into that, like, number he's trying to move right into that Shakur spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, but that's my brother.
No, hey, y'all better stop being brothers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all better stop being brothers. Y'all wasn't birthed by the same parents. Y'all better sit y'all ass down and fight each other. Respect. Go ahead, sis.
Right. And De Los Santos definitely can be explosive. I do remember the Rio performance. He can be explosive. He is fast, but again, he's inactive. I'm telling you, inactivity really hurts these boxers.
I hate it. I hate inactivity.
I
hate it.
If he comes back, if he's still, been sharp and has been in the gym and still, working, and sparring, and he has a good training camp, then hopefully it is a great fight, and maybe there's some fireworks, and maybe Keyshawn does get hit. I don't know. He might get clipped. I don't know. Do we know what Keyshawn's chin is about? Is Keyshawn's chin granted?
We don't know that.
So we might find out. But again, not the best fighting the best. I'll be here to talk about it, but am I really excited about it? Does it impact 35? Absolutely not. No.
I ain't mad at it. Real quick, Teach, we getting ready to drop the link. We got 2 more topics we're gonna cover, and then we'll drop it accordingly. I want to ask you, sis, Alicia Baumgardner. First things first. Shout out to Alicia. If anybody don't know, if I ever meet her in person, I might propose on site. So shout out to her. Much love and respect to my sister right there. I ain't got no problem with her. A gorgeous individual. But she can fight her ass off. She got a fight coming up. She's gonna be fighting, I believe the opponent's name is Miranda. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But it's also she's defending her undisputed title. Has signed with, shout out, and once again, I don't do this on a regular basis. Shout out to Jake Paul. I think he's doing a hell of a job for women boxing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I love watching women fight. Me personally, I do. Matter of fact, I love the weigh-ins possibly more than I love the fight. And you can take that however you want to take it. Alicia Baumgardner, I think she's going to get easy. Now, I ain't going to say easy win. You know what I'm saying? But I think she wins this fight. And I want to ask the question. First things first, what's your thoughts on the fight that she has coming up? Also, though, she's moved and started working with Derrick James. We haven't seen, and I respectfully to Derrick James, it seemed like a lot of guys are running away from Derrick James. We see him and EJ, they had a scenario that happened. We see that him don't know exactly how it's going to work out with the Charlos. I know that they love training with Ronnie Shields, those type of things. Don't know if he's going to be in their corner. What's your thoughts on Alicia going over and getting different work now with Derrick James? What's your thoughts on that?
I thought it was pretty good news. I like that now Derrick James has another, big fighter, in his stable, known fighter in his stable now. And I think
I gotta tell you, the man had Ryan Garcia over there. I hated that he had Ryan Garcia over there. I hated that. My bad. I'm out of order. Go ahead.
Hey, Ryan Garcia, Alicia Baumgardner. They both
drug cheats.
They both popped. They both popped high. And I'll say this: Derrick James is a great, he's a great trainer. I think he will have her ready for that fight. I'm not sure this is a permanent thing. I want to say this is ad hoc. Like this is he's the trainer for this fight. I wasn't exactly sure if he was now her set trainer. That I don't know. But I think he'll definitely have her sharp for this fight. I think he will have her well conditioned. Kind of my biggest critique of Alicia Baumgartner is usually her conditioning.
Okay, gas tank issues.
Gas tank for me during her fights, but she's explosive. She's powerful, but again, she did pop. I cannot, I keep it consistent around the board. She did pop for steroids. I believe that suspension she had though was lifted. So, but like I say, boxers, boxers do have to know what they're putting in their bodies and things like that. But yeah, I am excited though for the news that she'll be working with Derek James, and she is the new signee, one of the newer signees of Most Valuable Promotions.
Shout out to MVP Promotions, man. Shout out to MVP.
And I'm not gonna lie, with everything that Alicia Baumgartner has going for her, she's got men like you wanting to propose to her. That woman, she could be the face of female boxing at some point. And hopefully with this fight, I do think she'll win this fight against Miranda. And I think with the way she kind of, carries herself, the way they're already pushing her, I hope she gets a big fight after this. I actually would like her to get the fight with Katie Taylor,
Amanda Serrano.
I would love her to get one of those fights, man. I think
she's not gonna get those fights.
Why not though? They're around the same weight class. She just goes up. It's like the fight's there. Isn't the fight there?
It should be. It should be. In my opinion, I would agree with you. And I hope I'm wrong.
Right.
I just don't think that. I don't think she gonna. I don't think she slotted into it like that. If that makes sense. If you look, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, I believe they're fighting at, correct me if I'm wrong, 126. Alicia, she's undisputed at 130. So it should make sense. Right? Hey, you eat a couple extra bagels, you on way. At the same time, I don't think it's gonna happen the way that I want it to happen, the way that I think it should happen. Now, if it does, then I'll be the first one to tell you. Y'all know I ain't got no problem telling y'all I'm wrong. I done been wrong a lot of times. I ain't got no problem saying that. But I don't think that fight happens either. I don't think she gets those fights. I don't think she fight either one of them.
Yeah, so
but I hope I'm wrong. Go ahead, sis. My bad.
Yeah, so the third fight between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. So she's currently the undisputed junior welterweight. So I think she can go up and fight them. I look forward to it. Yeah, man. Alicia Baumgartner, she deserves one of those big fights. To me, I think she should get a Katie Taylor. I think Serrano, my goodness, these three fights. And Amanda Serrano, she lost two, but because the fights make so much money, both fights made so much money, they're having a third one. So, and they were just so controversial, I guess. So Alicia Baumgartner will also be on Netflix, getting her face out there, I believe, so, and she's the co-main. So it's going to be interesting. I want to see the fight, and I want to see her materialize with MVP. I want to see how she materializes. I believe I'm kind of with you, Dub. She probably won't get those fights because they're not saying that she would be after. They're not saying her name, so she probably won't get it. But I think that's what it should be. If they really want another big fight, she's the next one for me. For them to make that big fight. If she beats Miranda.
All I'm gonna say is this. It's interesting to me, right? Because Alicia Baumgartner is in a situation where when we talk about the big names in the sport of women boxing, right? So she already beat what's my girl name that just moved up to 47? Oh man,
Michaela Mayer. She beat
Thank
Michaela
you.
Mayer.
Michaela Mayer.
Mhm.
She beat Michaela Mayer, right? And Michaela Mayer said, let me go on and move up. Michaela Mayer didn't move up one weight class. She moved up 3 weight classes.
Right.
I say that respectfully. And showed out in the fight that she had. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michaela Mayer. I done heard the conversations about, and I think it's just different. I heard the conversations with Alicia and the GWOAT, Clarissa Shields.
Yep.
Where they gonna fight at? What weight they gonna fight at?
Nothing.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't happening.
It's make believe.
It's make believe.
Shields is way
Bigger.
big for Alicia Baumgardner, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. She is big.
But the problem is, and I agree. Clarissa said, I can't make nothing lower than 154, according to her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she done fought at heavyweight. But my thing is, man, ain't none of these girls as big as she is.
Right.
It is what it is in boxing. I mean, size means shit in boxing. Size means shit in everything that in any sport you play. So I don't see it happening that way. The only thing I can see as far as a major fight, and this is what I'm looking from or MVP Promotions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shit. The winner of that fight, let them fight Alicia.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let that happen. That's a big money fight for everybody.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So let that fight happen. I would love to see it, regardless whether it's Katie Taylor. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Amanda Serrano won one of those fights. I did think Katie Taylor won one of those fights. I ain't got no problem with the trilogy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't try to put Alicia that's fighting at 135. Don't send her to 154. Nah. All right. Well, they fighting at what, 26, I believe. Let's get the smoke there then. We got individuals to fight, and regardless, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, neither one of them have had any crazy backlash as far as the fight went. I think we respect it. Hey, 2 dogs getting in there back to back, win, lose, or draw. Y'all slugging it out. We may disagree on who won the fight, but y'all doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with the rubber match. So, and really, it ain't even a rubber match,
right?
Because
so Alicia fights at one. I got you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Sorry, the mic messed up. The mic messed up. But Alicia, yeah, she fights at 130, and I think they fight at 40.
No, they don't. They definitely don't fight at 40.
Alicia's small. Alicia is very small. They not. Yeah.
No. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, I believe they fight at 26, either 26 or 30. I believe 26. I'll look it up.
Baumgardner definitely fights at 30. Alicia.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that piece of it. I'm saying that neither one of these women are bigger than her. I think she may be the bigger fighter in those fights. I think Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, they campaign at 26, I believe. I could be wrong. And if I'm out of order, I'll tell you I'm out of order. Let me look it up real quick. I'll make sure I'm in order. Go ahead, sis. I apologize for cutting you off.
But yeah, either way, I think that just like I said, Alicia Baumgardner is kind of the next one coming up just because of the way they're going to market her. She's easy to market. She's personable. You know,
She cute.
yes, it's the thing. I'm sorry. You know, she's got a look. I'll say it like this. She has a look that is very marketable. In interviews,
She fine in a motherfucker. She fine in a motherfucker. We gonna be honest.
So,
I'll be honest.
go ahead and you be honest. Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Before we get, let me see. I think we got one more topic. Let me make sure before we drop the link. And hey, anybody, y'all feel free to pull up on us. And hey, real quick, I gotta tell you, sis. Appreciate it. A great first show, man. This is our first show, and we got more coming for y'all, motherfuckers. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. But, it is we in order tonight. We're gonna be in order tonight. Let me make sure I do things the right way. I apologize, sis. Real quick before I drop the link, I want you to kind of break down, and I give my opinion as well as far as George Foreman goes. Mm-hmm. The brother, he just had the funeral service. A two-time champion,
Yes.
Olympic medalist. Give me your statements on Foreman and the remembrance of George Foreman.
Yeah, George Foreman, an absolute legend in the sport of boxing. George Foreman, as we all know, George Foreman had like two different runs, and they were both very legendary. He had legendary fights with, of course, Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield. The list goes on and on. Some of the most memorable knockouts, Jerry Cooney. George Foreman was also an incredible businessman. A religious man as well. A religious man. He was a pastor.
Absolutely.
He was an author. He was so many things. And he impacted boxing so greatly, just with his spirit, but also the way that he fought. His punch, oh my goodness, lights out. Those both runs he had, his second run might have been better, honestly. And he, I believe, retired how old was he when he last fought? I believe he was 48. When he fought, something like that. George Foreman is the epitome of a legend in this sport. A true warrior, and just moved. George Foreman truly moved with grace, and we all could see it and feel it. And the day he passed was very sad for the boxing community. And I'm glad he had a great great memorial service. And it's also another thing. He's also an Olympic gold medalist. And so just the list of accolades are very long for George Foreman's career. Legendary fight with Muhammad Ali. So many great fights in boxing. But yeah, George Foreman is to be remembered in boxing, and we will continue definitely. He's a legend. He will always be a top heavyweight. That his legacy that he left in boxing, it'll be talked about forever. So,
and I had the only thing I could say, and I got my brothers in the background, so we're gonna bring y'all along. Give me 1 second. As far as George Foreman go, George Foreman. First things first. I don't know, and everybody don't know George Foreman only lost to champions. He lost to greats, and even then, he beat greats.
Yeah,
and so my thing is whether it's the Jerry Clooney's of the world. Mm-hmm. I always and and I say this respectfully. The man lost to Muhammad Ali, right?
Right. Yep.
He lost to Evander Holyfield, I believe. The man lost to Tommy Morrison. These are great champions in the sport of boxing. And I got you. I got both of y'all. I got both. Hey, Free, I got you. I got you running. All I'm saying is we watched this man take a layoff, one of the most unprecedented layoffs we've ever seen in the sport, and come back and still kick ass.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And kick ass. Shout out to George Foreman, man. And then the human and the individual that he was. One of the reasons I bring up that the man end up becoming a pastor is because the man was doing work in the community. And like, I just got a lot of love and respect for it. R.I.P. to George Foreman, one of the greatest heavyweights that we've ever seen in the sport of boxing. One of them short shots. Niggas didn't know what short shots was until George was throwing them short shots. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I got two of my brothers in the background. One of the most hated in the building. You know what I'm saying? And when I say the most hated, folks, they always tell me I can't judge a motherfucking thing. They tell this brother he can't judge a motherfucking thing, but he's still my brother. We got my brother Ronnie Bravo in the building. Ronnie, give me a second. And also, we got one of the master debater. You know what I'm saying? The nigga gonna be out of order. He gonna be out of order. But at the same time, this is my brother. And we got D Free in the building. Salute to Ronnie and D Free. I'm gonna open the panel up this way right here, man. Ronnie, give me your opening statements. D Free, give me your opening statements. Me and Bella, we've been cooking for an hour and 30 minutes right now. So hey, y'all done heard us talking. What y'all got for us tonight? Go ahead, Ronnie.
Ross.
Yeah, salute to you, Dub and Bella, D Free. I mean, I like the setup that y'all got. You know, Georgia's finest. I do like that this is going to be a new show, so I'm intrigued and happy that you guys started the little pilot episode. So you know, great cook.
Yeah,
tonight.
no. We gotta put George on. We gotta put George on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's our job around here.
Yeah, I represented. This was a very good show, and I loved it. Every minute of it. So hats off to both of you. And I do echo the sentiment of like rest in peace to George Foreman. Talk about a guy who was great at everything he ever did. He was a great fighter, a great businessman, a great mentor, a great pastor, a great Olympian. Like everything he ever did was gold, was golden. He came in the game, kind of. Well, he was already heralded, but he came in the game as kind of like, you know, so many people were anti-Muhammad Ali at that point, so they kind of like was pushing him as like the American,
the next
hope.
coming,
Yeah. Right. So they was behind that. So, but then he just turned, you know, he relished in that role and just organically began having people love him based on what he did. What he did. I mean, I've never seen a destruction like he did with Joe Frazier twice. By the way, like he beat the living shit out of Joe Frazier, and Joe Frazier was a legend in his own right. So, and then you know, there's no shame in losing to Muhammad Ali. Yeah, shout out to Joe Frazier. Rest in peace to that brother as well. I think everybody's had a George Foreman grill at one point in their life. So, great innovator, great businessman.
I still got one. I still got it.
It's still kicking.
You still have it?
You damn right. What you mean? You damn right. I still got one. Absolutely.
Yes.
That got me
somewhere in the
through
garage collecting dust.
Bro, that shit got me through college.
Hey, look, it got me through college.
Yes.
And get what? I put hamburgers on that motherfucker right now for me and my son.
You damn right I do. You better not be putting no hamburgers on no George Foreman grill.
You damn right I do. You damn
remember
right.
they had remember they had the big ones that was kind of like the ones you could stand outside. It was like them little
Yes.
big versions.
I ain't had a big one. I ain't had that one.
Like you know you arrived at that point. So yeah, but rest in peace to George Foreman. That's my opening statement. We'll get to cooking whatever topic y'all talking about. I'll pass it to D Free.
Free, what you got for me, my brother? Oh, go
right
ahead,
before
sis.
D3. If Nick J, if you could come on the panel briefly to talk about the shenanigans on the YouTube streets, we would appreciate it. Go ahead, D3.
Shout out to Nick J,
Yeah.
man. And real quick, Free, real quick, we got my brother in the building, man. The young historian, you know what I'm saying? An individual who, hey, the man know boxing, so I ain't got no problem with him. He gonna be out of order, so we gonna have to mute his ass after a while. But we're gonna bring him up accordingly. Free, it's on you.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to start off by saying rest in peace to George Foreman, but going back to what y'all was just talking about with Alicia Baumgartner and everything, she's fighting at 130. She's the super featherweight undisputed champion, but she won't have an opportunity to fight Amanda Serrano, whether Amanda Serrano wins or lose, because of the simple fact, and I've been talking to somebody that's close to Amanda Serrano's camp, because of the simple fact that she's now working for Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano is partners with Jake Paul as a promoter for MVP. So it would never happen with Amanda Serrano. Now, the Katie Taylor, that's likely that could happen, but Amanda Serrano, no, because whether Amanda Serrano win or lose, this might be her last fight, because she wants to scout younger talent and put more women faces on the sport of boxing and try to bring more eyes to women's sport. That's the reason why Jake Paul brought her in, because she is one of the most decorated female fighters in the history of boxing. So he brought her on, and she's a partner with Jake Paul.
So I don't do this normally, but we doing it this time. And Teach, Marky, I say this respectfully. We got one of the greats in the building, man. My sister is in the building. Bella said, "Hey, if you can come and make sense of this, then pull up, sis." And my sister pulled up. We got my sister in the building, man. I think this is the first time. We had her on the panel. We got Nick J in the building, man. Salute to the Queen, Nick J, man. What up,
good,
sis?
Queen?
How y'all doing?
We trying our best. We trying our best, man.
Honor to be on the panel with you. You and Boxiana and Black used to have me dying when y'all used to do the Sunday show, man.
Hold on. Let her get an opening statement. So
oh, my bad. Golly. Can't nobody talk except you up here. Go ahead, Nick J. My bad.
Well, clearly she talking, not me, but go ahead, my sister.
I appreciate that. Thank you so very kindly. We used to have a funky good time on the fight party. I just wanted to come up because Bella asked so nicely. Hey, Bella girl. Hey, cousin.
Jake, my cuz.
So what I don't know what's going on in the YouTube streets. When y'all were talking about what y'all were talking about earlier, I don't frequent that channel anymore, so I didn't know anything about that. But I went over there and I caught the end of the interview. I caught the interview from when he came on. I don't know what was said before he got there, but I saw everything from when he got there on and when he popped back up. And baby, my mouth was open. I was not prepared. What in the whole hell? I don't know.
So
what did he say though? Because he was I think he was talking to Ty Drake he was responding to her. So what did KQ really say to get him riled off like that?
No. So the thing is, so it wasn't in my opinion, it wasn't on KQ. I do think that, and shout out to my sister Ty. I think there was hey, you had some questions being asked, and Senior was responding to some of them. My whole thing is this. Man, anytime you have an interview going, first things first, you don't talk bad about the individual you're interviewing. The second thing is as an individual doing the interview, you don't talk crazy about the nigga you're interviewing.
Correct.
It go both ways. It go both ways. You know what I'm saying? And so I just didn't like how and when I say I didn't like, let me respond. Let me rephrase that. It's not that I had a problem with it because shit, everybody got the right to say what they're gonna say. But when it's on YouTube, the shit get crazy sometimes,
Right.
and we got to be in order as a community. As a community, we got to be in order, and the boxing community is very small.
But
I
Doug,
just go ahead.
let me chime in just a little bit. I think what Brian Norman Sr. heard KQ say was, so KQ, I believe, got a message, and I could be wrong. I believe he got a message from potentially Ty. I don't know who it was though. I think it was Ty.
Yeah, it was Ty.
And she was saying, you know, wish you could have pressed them or something into that vein.
But the problem is regardless if she said press him, he called her an idiot. And my thing is you out of order.
Well, let me say this.
Hold on. Go ahead, Nick. Hold on. Let me get my sister in here. Go ahead.
Let me say this because we do, y'all know we got a show, we do a show and whatnot. When we have guests on our show, even if it's somebody that we know that our audience may not particularly rock with, or somebody that we may not necessarily even know a lot about, you have to get your chat prepared, or your chat follows the lead of the show that they're watching.
You gotta be in order. Your chat gotta be in order.
Your chat has to be in order. So when we have guests on there, before we bring guests on, I tell don't come in here acting no fool. We got guests, we got company today. Okay? Don't come in here acting no goddamn fool. This is we trying to do a professional show. Now when we on here by ourselves and we laughing and we kiki and we do that, then that's a different story. But when we got company, sit your ass down and act like you got some fucking sense. And so you have to do that with your chat, especially if you're going to be having people on, and especially if you're going to have a guest on that you know that you've talked shit about, or a guest that you know your particular chat may not be into like that. And so this isn't the first time that it's been static on that person's channel with a guest, because that's what goes on in your chat, and you don't check that shit because you kiki with them after the fact. And that's why it got ignorant. That man is sitting up on that chat. He's reading the comments just like we can read the comments in the chat right now. When you're on the panel, you can read those comments. So I'm sure he was reading all the shit that was coming in the comment section from different people, because everybody in there was, pro Boots at this point. And to a certain extent, you understand that, but it's a way to say stuff. And so if you're going to talk crazy to me, guess what? We gonna be talking crazy to each other.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how that go.
Yeah, I missed that part. I missed that part. I thought he was just reading something. So okay.
But the thing is even when it come to reading things, we done did interviews over here before. I know that, nigga, I'm not reading my entire and I say this as no disrespect to KQ. I'm not reading my chat. I'm gonna ask the questions, and there are times where hell the chat get mad at you for not asking the question.
Exactly.
Which is fine.
And you can address that after your guest is gone.
But my thing is when I bring somebody on, when somebody comes onto the show, I got a level of respect for you even giving us your time, your energy.
Exactly.
And because I have that level of respect for you, I'm not getting into, and there are times where the chat get crazy sometimes. Y'all know how the chat is.
They do.
With that, I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put it in this individual face or nothing like that. Nah, I'm here, and really we got you here for knowledge, information that you have as far as the fights go, these type of things. This is what we're interviewing you for. We're not interviewing you to criticize.
To shit on you. But
got you. Okay.
But even I can even be critical. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Dub. I didn't mean to talk over you.
You fine.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. It's a way to phrase your question. It's a way to say anything. The chat was asking questions, and they was asking questions with venom. as the interviewer and the head of your show, you can ask those same questions. You just have to word them correctly.
In a different way.
That's it. In a different way. And if you are going to be doing interviews, it's your job to know how to fucking do that. It's your job to know how to do that. And so, but even before all of that, to me, get your chat in order, as you love to say. Get your chat in order when company comes. I don't give a damn how much you don't like them or how much you don't rock with them. You think it's a game that these people are giving time and energy to come over here and just get shitted on by you? Don't do that. Don't do that. This internet has people very, very comfortable doing that.
Just pop up and hit the link.
No, it was from what I heard, it was planned. Yeah, because he was skeptical that he was going to even show up. He didn't even think he was going to show up.
If I can ask a question, Mr. Dictator Right Side, can I ask one question, please?
I'm gonna throw your ass in the Hey, call me a dictator again. I'm gonna throw your ass in the background. I'm gonna just let you know. Go ahead, Marky. Shout out to the young historian. Shout out to the young historian.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I came up to talk boxing. So, did KQ? Did he highlight these comments, or you're saying he asked like some crazy comments directly to B Norman?
He would read the chat comments. Yeah, he would put them on the screen and read them and say, well, so-and-so is asking, what about this? What about that? What about this? Because
that's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's a very slippery slope.
But at the same time, I will say, I gotta say, because a lot of times as a content creator, I love hearing the chat questions. The thing is, though, I understand I can't ask every question.
No.
And even when somebody asks a question that I may disagree with, or not even disagree with, think that's disrespectful, I can rephrase it and make it a respectful question so the brother can answer. You know
exactly.
When one thing I understand, nigga, if you ask me some crazy shit, nigga, I'm finna talk all type of crazy shit to you. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
That's exactly.
And I know me, and I know myself. So if I look at it that way, then I understand. Hey, and I will say, I don't think KQ had any malice as far as the question that he was asking. I will say, I think that, and this was the funniest part. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was crying during the interview. I literally was crying. I was laughing so hard because I thought that KQ could have asked some of the questions. And shout out to KQ. This is no disrespect to the OG. Like I say, I got a lot of love and respect for the OG. That's my OG. So I got a lot of love and respect for him. I thought that it could have been asked a different way. But I do think also the way that he attacked Knockout from the beginning kind of made KQ look at it like, well, shit. All right, it is what it is then. You know
okay, that's the part I missed. How did that even come about?
So what the question was asked to Senior. KQ asked him, he said, last night, and we was all on
Yeah, I remember.
But he said, was that really you over at Knockout Show?
Okay.
And when KQ asked that, Senior was like, man, fuck this nigga, this, that, whatever. And y'all know, hey, Knockout is my brother.
Yeah.
I fuck with Knockout. I rock with Knockout. I'm gonna rock with Knockout regardless.
That's my homie.
Hey, that's the homie. And so, but Senior went off and was like, no, fuck this nigga. If I see him, I'm putting hands on him, this, that, whatever. And I was like, oh, all right. Now you a tad bit out of order. You a tad bit out of order with that one, bro. You out of order with that.
Hey, chill out, bro.
Yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
we definitely on the panel. We want to get Ronnie in. We want to get Teach in. We want to get Dankfather, in the conversation too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Ronnie, go ahead. You wanted to chime in a little bit. And Nick J, I really wanted you on just to hear your thoughts. If you
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll be quick though. The shit when it comes to like what the comment about what Todd Drakeford said, I didn't know the full scope of it. Like I only got I went over there to check it out, and there was like a timestamp on when he was cussing out him and KQ was cussing each other out. Yeah, so I hit that.
Hey, I remember it. 212, 215, something like that.
Something like that. So I immediately clicked that. I skipped all the other stuff and I clicked that. So I was kind of like, okay, what happened? So I didn't have time to go back and look at all the other stuff. So thank you, Neek, for letting me know the groundwork of how that came about. Because I didn't know. I just was like, why the hell he just flip out because of that?
And even with even the question that Ty asked, my whole thing is she was focused on, is this fight next? That's what she was focused on.
Right.
And I didn't think she was out of order. And you know, I'd call a motherfucker out of order quick. Me personally. I didn't think she was out of order with the question she was asking. To call her an idiot and that type of shit, I'm like, bro, you out of order, man. Why? Even especially when it comes to the females, man, we need females.
He didn't know that was a woman.
Absolutely.
I don't think he just
he didn't know that was a woman. He just saw the name Ty.
Maybe that's what it was.
And I didn't know she was a woman until somebody said it. So I can totally see that. No, I'm saying just by her name, because any Ty that I know is a guy. So I didn't know she was a female either. So that I know a lot of people were
I thought the
thinking,
same thing.
Yeah, that's no knock on him.
Yeah,
maybe because I know her. Maybe because I know her, I feel a little differently about it. But
yeah,
I didn't know that.
I'm like, man, nah. Nick, Bella, it almost be like a motherfucker calling you an idiot.
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all motherfucking hell, man. No,
I understand completely, but I don't think he knew she was a female. I really don't think he knew that. And I will say, she was very active in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she was very active in the chat. But negatively toward him.
Oh.
So if he was reading the chat and that question came up, then I can absolutely see him having smoke for her.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And if you're gonna speak that way to somebody, I don't care if you man, dog, hog, female, rat, or cat, be ready for the motherfucking smoke.
You're right. Ty, you out of order, Ty.
Hold on, real quick. Let me get my brother teaching here. Let me get Marky, let me get Picasso.
I wasn't done, my guy.
Oh, well, damn. Go ahead and finish your statements.
That was it. His comments on knockout, like chill on that, boss. Like knock out the homies. So just go ahead and chill on that. But everything else, he on his right mind. He can do whatever he want.
Teach, man. Welcome to the show, my brother. Give me your opening statements. What you got on what we're talking about tonight?
Man, salute to the panel. So,
hey, Teach.
So my whole thing is that okay. So I think it's a duck, man. Right? So I think it's a duck, no question. And what makes it worse is that they took it to the public. So you can't really walk that back.
Hold on. Right? Who you saying that Junior ducking boots?
The whole negotiation thing. It's a duck.
Hold on. So you're saying that Junior ducking boots, right?
Yeah, like I agree with everything KO says. All right, so I think it's a duck. So like, does he really want to fight me too? If I think he's a duck, or maybe he just wants smoke with like the content creators. But let me say this also, he's kind of out of order too, because let's be real, right? Devin Haney, he gets the most unnecessary hate on YouTube, more than anybody else. And you don't see Bill Haney going around like threatening anybody. Right?
Wait, what?
I think Devin Haney gets the most unnecessary hate on YouTube, and Bill Haney is not going around threatening anybody. Because he knows criticism comes with the territory, but you don't see him acting the fool.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Teach. I'm a Georgia nigga myself. It's certain things you can say, and I think I'm in order. I try to be in order the majority of the time, but y'all done seen me out of order. And it's off of what motherfuckers say. So shit, if you gonna say some shit, hey, you gotta take what come with it.
That's all I'm saying. When you go out here offending men purposely that you know nothing about, that you don't know these people. Only thing you know is what you see on TV. You don't know these people, but you get on your platforms and you talk crazy about them, and they have the ability to pull up on you and talk crazy right back to you, don't cry. Be professional now, because you weren't professional when you were doing and saying what you was doing and saying.
Let me ask everybody that. Let me ask everybody on the panel this though.
Hold on, Free. Hold on, Free.
Free,
Hold
you
on,
good,
Free. You gotta,
Free?
you gotta, you gotta be on mute, Free. You out of order, man. You out of order, Free.
Hold on, I just gotta say one thing.
Hold on, you out, man. It ain't on you. It ain't on you. You out of order, man.
Oh God, but that's your brother. Give him some courtesy, dog. Golly.
We gotta let Teach.
You got a show.
Hold on.
This is a show, baby.
Hold on. Can we at least let Teach finish? We ain't let that brother finish.
I'm laughing because I just went back and saw it. That's why I dropped off. I had to see what y'all was talking about.
Gosh.
It had nothing to do with Ty said. He came back and he said, "I'm glad I'm smarter than what y'all think I am." Fuck you, motherfucker. You thought you was gonna try to roast me?
He did. Hey, hold on. What the book that you came on, nigga? Your own
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Right,
yeah,
on,
that last part was specifically for KQKC.
Hold on, you out of order. You out of order, Free.
He came back strictly for what he said. It had
He
nothing to do with
did.
nobody in the chat.
Yeah, bro.
It was strictly off of what he said. That's why he came back.
Yep.
Hold on, Free. We coming back to you. Teach,
I
finish
feel
your
you, bro.
point.
I feel you, D.
Hold on, finish your point, Teach. We gotta pass it around accordingly, man. I gotta get Dank Files in here. I got Picasso. We got other folks, so we gotta do it the right way. Finish your point, Teach. My apologies.
Yeah. So aside
Free
from
out of order tonight. He ain't lying though. I will say he ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Teach. Go ahead, Teach.
Yeah, so aside from the KQKC part, right? When it comes to what KO said, KO just kept it, strictly boxing and just talked about the negotiation. So I don't know why you would want to fight somebody over, an opinion of what you thought happened. I mean, even if KO out the picture, I thought he ducked. Other people thought he ducked. So I mean, again, do you want to fight everybody? Now, with the KQKC part, D3 is completely correct. KQ just started to saying stuff, but he was really reading a comment first, saying, "Okay, I was trying to press him, and he wasn't trying to give me time to ask some questions and all that stuff." So that was totally on KQKC's part.
I'm not trying to talk bad about my brother, my OG. All I'm saying is, anytime I know that I have an interview going, I know that sometimes.
But one thing, though.
Hold on. All right. We'll give him a drop.
Yeah, just one thing quick.
No. You out of order.
It's still Teach's turn. How he out of order?
Just let him go.
It's quick, though. It's quick.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
Listen, I'm gonna finish. We're gonna come back to you.
Go ahead and finish, Doug.
What I'm trying to tell you is when you done did an interview with individuals, you understand that the chat gonna be the chat. It is what it is. We did an interview with Floyd Schofield Sr.
Oh wow.
Niggas, they want you to go at their helmet. I understand what the chat is. I understand it.
Yep.
But in a professional manner.
I wanted y'all to go in there.
And now you out of order.
Out of order. Go ahead, Dub.
And so what you understand is when you have these interviews, hey, the nigga answered the question and said, "I really don't want to talk about this no more," as far as what happened with him and Shakur. All right, cool. If I'm gonna keep pressing him on the same thing, the nigga know he all right, I'm done with it. I'm good.
Okay.
It's other jewels that can be dropped from that interview. And so you understand what the chat is whenever you have an interview. And the second thing is I don't have to address every point in the chat. I don't have to do that. What I want to do is try to get as much information out of the individual that I'm interviewing. Why? Because this is the jewels that are being dropped on not just myself, but anybody listening to this interview. So this is what we're looking for when we have the interviews. It's not always about the smoke, because sometimes these niggas done got fed up with that shit.
Exactly.
The same way I get fed up with niggas up here, and I'm like, Marky Dan, I'm gonna throw your ass in the background. You cut me off again. And that's for the record, Marky. That's for the record.
I'll be quiet as hell.
And now
so
we got
basically,
see,
so
and
basically,
then he,
Dub, basically what you're saying, Dub, is you and I
hold
are the
on,
worst
man.
judges.
No,
and
hold on,
KQKC
man.
is the worst
Hold
moderator.
on. You out of order. I'm not done. What I'm trying to I'm trying to, if you listen, I'll tell you exactly what I'm trying to say. If you listen, what I'm trying to say is that when you have these opportunities to talk to these guys who are directly connected with the sport that we love, that just because individuals want to attack a certain point, there are other gems and jewels that can be dropped from that conversation. And so it doesn't have to be strictly about what y'all want it to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Just because y'all want it that way, that's not how I look at it. And because I don't look at it that way, I'm looking for information and knowledge about the sport of boxing. And regardless of what you feel about the brother, the man is directly connected. This man was a fighter. His son is the youngest champion at the current moment in time in the sport. So he has jewels that can help us relate to the sport in a different way. So we need to hear from him. And so if y'all want to ask those questions, that's fine. At the same time, that doesn't mean I'm gonna directly go to it.
Especially if he done been asked that same question 11 times already.
It's mute and pointless.
Exactly. And you don't want to hear what he has to say anyway. The whole purpose is to say you lying, you capping, you lying, you capping. Fuck all y'all is what I would be saying too. I get it.
What y'all gotta understand is,
hold on. Go ahead. Finish up, Teach.
Yeah. So what I really quickly wanted to say was the point that Ronnie Bravo made. I didn't think this was an interview. I just thought he clicked the link and pulled up.
No, it was a setup interview. It was set up. It was a setup interview.
Right.
Norman, I said respectfully, outside of a few channels, the man ain't just hitting the link. No, you conversate with him, you chop it up, and then hey, we're gonna have the interview. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought he just clicked the link. I got to go back and watch it because
his name is in the title.
The interview was set up.
It was a scheduled interview.
My bad, I didn't know. I just thought he clicked it.
And this is why I be saying what I be saying. Y'all nigga, never mind. I'm out of order.
You are.
Yeah,
you are, Dub. Because I didn't
know.
Look, Dub. I can't help. I be in meetings in the morning, bro. I can't be watching these things.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. I agree.
I mean, to be honest with you, even if it's not a scheduled interview, this is a guy that's in the boxing industry, and y'all gotta understand, this is our panel. This is our YouTube channel. At the end of the day, we are doing this for our benefit and y'all benefit off of what we're doing. So y'all gotta understand, they're coming to our channel. They're not going to your channel. They're coming to our channel to do this interview, or they might be coming to our channel and just clicking the link to pop up and chat with me. So at the same time, yeah, y'all got questions, but if those questions are a little out of line and we see how he's acting towards other questions, we're gonna veer the conversation a different way, because we don't want to mess up future interviews, or we don't know who he's connected to.
Exactly.
He might say, "Nah, don't go to that channel."
Exactly.
They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that.
The way y'all look at the interviews, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying anybody specifically. You put time, energy, effort into building relationships with these people, and so when you're doing that, and then they come on, they give you their time and energy, and now all of a sudden it's a shit show. Nah, I'm not here for that. That's the last thing I want it to be. Matter of fact, and now I will say, shout out to Bernie the Boxer. Bernie the Boxer said, "Hey, I want to pull up one night and I want all the smoke. Hey, make it an open panel. All right, we can do that. We can do that." He ain't pulled up yet. I say that respectfully. But at the same time, my thing is no, we done built relationships. I know Senior, I know Junior. I done met them in person. I done spoke to them in person. You know what I'm saying? Same way like BVO does. Has a individual he gonna call on the phone. KQ, he understands the same thing, and in this situation, I just feel like that. I will say I think Senior was out of order. I tell Senior that to his face. I love Senior. That's my brother right there, my Georgia brother, man. Shout out to Georgia.
Right. We gotta get.
You think he was out of order for what?
No, you can't control people's reactions.
I'll tell you exactly why. The reason I think he was out of order is because he was asked a simple question as far as, was that you on this show? I didn't think it was him, and he never confirmed whether it was him or not. The reason I think it was out of order is because he went straight to, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker ass.
Yeah, that was out of order.
You out of order for that.
I give you that one.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, and regardless if you agree with Knockout, I disagree with Knockout on a regular basis. That's still my brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? I still love him. But at the same time, I tell Knockout, you out of order, man. But my thing is when it comes down to the interviews in this situation, I didn't think that he had to address Knockout the way that he did. I thought he was out of order for that.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're gonna address him, then pull up on his channel. Pull up on his channel. Address him directly.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. He pulled up on his channel yesterday, and again, this is why I speak about the chat. The chat kept blocking him, kept timing him out, kept doing, that kind of thing. So he couldn't speak. But
true. Okay.
But the chat is the chat.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The chat is the chat. But
yeah, but that chat.
Hold on, Ronnie.
What I was saying was, while he was attempting to click the link, and the chat was blocking and timing out, the host of the show is getting his shit off. Yep. And I mean, getting it off good, like he does. We all know KO, and we know he talks that real good shit, right?
He was putting promos.
So now that happened that night. He couldn't get his shit off because the chat kept blocking or doing whatever they was doing, and he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here. Peace." And again, KO, that's the best thing. You better do that. Da 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 da. You know how men talk, right?
Yeah.
So when I go on a show the next day, and the first thing you ask me about is some bullshit that happened last night that I feel like was some bullshit, guess what I'm gonna do? Guess what I'm gonna do?
Yep.
Why did you even ask me that? Why is that the first thing out your mouth when I'm on your show?
True.
It was. Hey, sis, I gotta be respectful to KQ. It was the third thing.
Okay, well, the third thing. Why are you asking me about that if you don't want me to pop my shit?
That is true. I didn't know they were doing that though. So KO, if you are watching, you got to get that man a wrench before he can be able to talk his shit, bro.
Hold on, real quick. We gotta get Dank Father in here. We gotta get Picasso in here as well. Dank, shout out to my brother Dank Father, one of the realest Devin Haney fans that I know. Shout out to my brother. Dank,
when Devin is wrong, I say he's wrong. So let's not say it like I'm just fanned out and shit.
No, go ahead. What's your thoughts on
salute
the whole
to the
situation?
panel, salute Dub, salute Bella, salute to the Queen Nick J and the Queen Bella. My bad. Everybody else, salute to y'all. With the Brian Norman situation and the KO, I haven't seen it, but I could understand where B Norman would come off like that, because let's be honest, KO been calling him a clown and a bunch of other crazy shit. So if somebody on the internet calling you a clown, saying they're exposing the clown and this and that, we all will have that same feeling towards that person. You feel me? So the whole thing is we just gotta watch what we're saying, even when we don't agree with somebody and shit. The move that they made, we just gotta watch what we're saying and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Or not. But when you cross paths with who you've been speaking shit about, expect the smoke.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, real quick, let me get Picasso in here, then we're gonna open it back up. Picasso, welcome to the show. Shout out to Picasso, man. Great show last night, as well as D Free. And I gotta say, man, gotta give both of them all the credit in the world for serving this country. Picasso, man, give me your statement, your opening statements tonight, my brother.
Man, I appreciate that. Can you hear me?
You for the first time, you crispy, bro. You crispy.
Is that seahorse or is that
First
a
time?
turtle?
No, it ain't the first time, but
Is that Market Dan?
hold on, y'all out of order, man. Y'all out of order. Let the man
You
speak.
out of order.
Man, all right. I'm gonna show a motherfucker who out of order. I'll show y'all who out of order.
We got it.
Be careful, Picasso.
Picasso, we got it.
Hey, I'm used
I'll
to talking
show y'all
around the
who
chicken
motherfuckers
coop.
out of order. I'll show you. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
You know, hey, hey, everybody. The thing that I'm trying to talk about is the part where I think everybody keep getting mixed up is because it's really no misunderstanding with KQKC and Brian Norman Sr. When I was listening, right when Brian Norman Sr. got off the show, KQKC said something at the magnitude of Bill and Brian Norman be talking, some bullshit here and there. When he said that, that's when he came right back and went on that shopping spree. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. What he went on?
Yes, sir. He went in there like somebody gave him $5,000 and he's getting everything, throwing everything in the basket.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
gotta watch what we say. We gotta watch what we say in these things.
He also said, I know they ducked that fight.
He's
So the
man
man
Brian
explained
Norman
his
Sr. is on. He on point then. Fuck
the
that.
man explained his side
Man,
clearly.
And then KQKC let him back up there?
Yeah.
He didn't.
He had an agenda behind that.
Okay. Well, what happened? And I say this respectfully. Shout out to OG KQ. KQ went on his little rant, and I didn't think KQ he didn't say nothing crazy, but he did say, "Well, we wanted to press you about these questions. You talk too much. Hold on, real quick. You out of order." He didn't say out of order, of course, but you out of order with some of the shit you're saying, and we know that y'all ducked this fight right here. And Senior said, "Damn it, all right, if that's what you gonna say when I jump, tell me that shit to my face." And I think that it would have been a better look if KQ would have just said that during the interview versus saying it after Senior dropped off. If you just say that from the beginning, then it ain't. I mean, shit. A nigga can respond however he gonna respond. But when you say it, and then when you say it when a nigga done dropped off, oh yeah, I'm pulling back up on your motherfucking.
So I missed all that. I'm Team Senior then. Fuck that.
Because
hold on, free.
Shelton's bumped up.
We got I was gonna say we got to get Uncle Shelton in the building, man. We got to get Uncle Shelton in the building. Uncle Shelton, welcome to the show. Give me your opening statements. You done heard us talking crazy up here tonight, man. Go ahead.
Yes, what's up, my brother D Free, my brother Picasso, all y'all was having.
Well, damn, I ain't your brother. It's my show, and
you my man. Stop talking over me.
I'm being light skinned.
You my man, $100,000. You know that. So cut the crap.
You already know what it is, huh?
Now, listen. I'm with Nick J 100% on this. You out there on this content, over these airwaves, on this internet, writing checks that your ass really can't cash. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me with some content creators, right? How you gonna think you know more about the sport than somebody who makes their living in the sport?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
You don't know. You were never in any of those negotiation rooms. You don't know what that man got paid. All you know is what somebody told you that man got paid. You don't know. So stop stating these things like they're facts, bro, because they're not. That's the only problem I have with this church.
Everybody's a CPA, Shelton. Everybody got a certified public accountant.
Yep.
I know Nick J is on this panel, and I know Nick J has a job. I can't tell Nick J what she makes because I don't know. I've never seen her pay stub. I don't know what she makes an hour.
Yep.
I can't do that. I'll be out of pocket.
Out of order.
And KQ and KO and a lot of these content creators are out of pocket because you're saying, "Well, he made this." You don't know what the fuck that man made. You don't know. Because just like Dub can tell y'all this. I know the Normans personally. I spent time with both of them, senior and junior.
Me too.
So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? I'm privy to some things that people ain't privy to. Exactly. That's why I don't really try to go back and forth.
Man, say. Boom.
Go ahead, Nick.
But I gotta say this though. The information was already brought out. It's public knowledge.
It's not public knowledge because the contracts are not public knowledge. Where did you see a copy of the contract that teach?
Hold on, Uncle Shelton. Hold on. We gotta have order. So
no, I'm just asking Teach a question. He spoke out of order. Hold on. He spoke out of order. So I'm asking Teach to tell me where he saw a copy of the contract. Show me. Tell me, Teach.
And he's not gonna give you. He can't give you a copy of the contract. We know that
because he never saw it.
Oh,
he doesn't know. That's my point.
Hold on. But at the same time, I want to hear what Teach is saying as far as him understanding and knowing what the contracts were. I want to hear. Get a brother a chance to speak for himself. Let's do that. Go ahead, Teach.
So physically, I haven't seen a contract, but we do know that the information was publicly brought out there by his manager, one. By Brian Norman Sr. too, right? You know how much money Brian Norman made, right? That knowledge was brought out there, and it was verified by his father himself. So us seeing a contract or not seeing a contract, that doesn't matter because we know. If
that man Brian Norman Sr. told you he made $350,000 last night. No. He just stated the fact. Hold on.
But you got to order. Uncle Shelton.
No. Hold up. You out of order, dude.
No, you out
that
of
man
order.
Ain't finished. That man just said that Brian Norman Sr. told him that he made $350,000 his last fight. Yes or no? That's what Brian Norman Sr. said.
You out of order, man.
You out of order, sir. You out of order.
Let the man
go ahead.
That sounds like a quick point. Golly.
No.
Y'all taking longer to clear up the interruption that he would have took to make the
point. Panel etiquette. Panel etiquette.
All right, we'll do it.
Learn panel etiquette.
If this what y'all want to do, if this what y'all want to do, we can do it.
Come on, bro. Calm down.
I'll do it. Since that's what y'all want to do, I'll do it the right way. Uncle Shelton, go ahead.
Where's the nigga at?
Nah, hey, I'm doing it the right way. Hey, take their ass off.
What's the right way? I didn't ask Nick J. I didn't ask this person. I didn't ask you. I asked him to tell me that Brian Norman said that he made $350,000 his last fight. He's supposed to tell me that, not you.
Answer the question.
He definitely went on panels and verified all that. Not only the 350, the 150 as well.
You Negroes, this is crazy.
See, now that's where I got you, Teach.
What I do?
That's where I got you, Teach. Because that's a lie. Because I was at the last fight. Make no goddamn $350,000. Crazy man.
Dub right side, man.
Stop listening to everybody that you listen to, Teach.
I'm not listening to everybody. All this is coming from him, though. Like he
never said that, bro.
He's going on different platforms talking about this.
You are lying, Teach. Teach, you are lying. He never said that. He never said that, Teach. You're lying. Teach, you're lying. He never said that. Yes.
So, something I recently just heard from Brian Norman Sr.'s own lips from the Mill City boxing interview
Yeah, I
he
remember that. I heard
responded
that.
to when Boots said that he made $100,000. He basically said, "Man, my son's minimum is 3 times that. So I know it was somewhere in the range of $300,000. I know that.
Minimum.
Yeah, yeah.
Minimum.
So that don't mean
Just
that's what
because
they
his minimum
getting.
is
That's
that
where they
doesn't mean he.
starting at.
I know he didn't make no
Listen,
top dollar for that fight.
listen to me, Marky. Just because somebody's minimum is $350,000 doesn't mean that's what they made,
Facts.
brother.
So
I'm
let's
gonna
get back.
assume that.
Let's get back to the contract thing. How
That's my point, and
are
that's
you
my
going to
point,
be managed?
and that's my point. Hold on, wait, Teach, stop
So
talking.
the
I'm still talking. Teach, stop talking. Teach,
Hold on,
I'm still
Uncle
talking.
Shelton.
Stop
Uncle
talking.
Shelton, you can't talk the whole
I'm
damn
still
show.
talking. No, Teach is cutting me off. I'm trying to say something. Listen, I love Teach. That's my boy. We talk all the time. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I just said 5 minutes ago. Stop stating things that you say things that are facts that you don't know they're facts or not. You can't say this is a fact because you don't know. Stop doing that.
So
Because
Shelton,
somebody else told you that.
So Shelton,
Don't do
let's
that.
go back. What about the negotiations?
What
I
about
don't
it?
care. I wasn't there.
What
I
about
wasn't there. I don't know.
All right, hold on.
Were you there?
Hold on. All right.
Were you there, Teach?
Well, neither one of y'all can answer.
Then you don't know, right?
Hold on. Neither one of y'all can answer any type of questions about negotiations or anything like that because, like Uncle Shelton said, y'all weren't there. Nobody on this panel was there, so we can't answer those type of questions.
So wait. The manager didn't do an interview. He didn't come out with an interview.
Men lie. Teach.
So you're saying
Just because he said it don't make it so.
All right.
Just because he said it don't make it so, man. You weren't there. You don't know.
Let me get my brother from New Zealand in the building. Fight Sports Talk is he's in the building, man. We got to get his opinion, and then we're gonna spin the block accordingly. Fight Sports, welcome to the show. Give me your opening statements, my brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I've been listening to the show, and if there's something I can add, it's about what is next for Boots Ennis. I don't think anybody's going to beat him at 147. I'm quite surprised at the amount of people who were talking about Devin Haney, Garcia, and Lopez challenging Boots. I mean, these guys were fighting at lightweight just a couple of fights ago, and now they moved up to light welterweight, and they're going to challenge the biggest, not just the best, but the biggest welterweight. I find that to be weird. I don't think any of them would even challenge him because size matters. So, I don't think Barrios wants to take that risk. Bella, I believe you talked about that at the start. So I think they should, excuse me, if they can't get Norman, in the ring, then maybe go for Gasov, the Olympian champion, and then maybe look to move up to like middleweight. A lot of people are talking about Lopez, Haney, and Garcia, and I don't know why. So, yeah, those are my thoughts.
I'll tell you exactly why we talk about those individuals is because outside of them, when we talk about the 47-pound division, the welterweight division, a glamour division, we would all agree on that. Who's there? Who's there? Hold on. Let me finish. So when you ask about Ryan, Devin, Tio, the reason these conversations have to be had is because Mario Barrios is a champion in the division. I think all of them beat Mario Barrios.
No arguments there. Yeah, no arguments there.
So when the reason we have to have the conversation is because we see these young up and coming guys moving into the division, and one of the champions in itself, in my personal opinion, can't beat none of them. So and I may be wrong, but I just watched Mario Barrios go life and death with Abel Ramos, the uncle. I believe he's Jesus Ramos' uncle, and had a damn draw.
And
who he gonna beat?
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Oh,
even be
100%.
champion.
I agree
So,
with
so
Bar-
this is why we have to have the conversation. And I'm only answering your question, Fight. I'm only answering your question. This is why we're talking about some of these other guys moving up because
They have the names.
Yeah, they got the names.
They got the star power.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. Maybe I didn't phrase it correctly. I guess these guys they may challenge Boots more than Barrios can, because Barrios is still the same guy who got schooled by an old Keith Thurman. So I don't think he's anything worth worrying about. But yeah, these guys. I mean,
hey, shout out to Sometimes, man. Shout out to Sometimes Thurman, man. Shout out to Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess they, even though they're more talented than these welterweights, they were lightweights not too long ago. So I don't think, even if they were to move up to welterweight, I don't think, because again, size matters. I mean, guys don't usually move up weight divisions like that and challenge the best guy in the division. So I hope Boots moves up to like middleweight next. Like if he can't get Barrios in the ring and fight to become undisputed, then I hope they do move up to like middleweight, because talking about glamour divisions, welterweight has now been replaced by like middleweight. I mean, that is a shark tank. So
54 is crazy work. 54 is crazy work.
54 always been deep though.
I mean, I think. This may get taken out of context. I think a lot of the light middleweights would beat Boots right now, but again, only not because he's bad, but just because size matters. So I think, in terms of challenges, 154 that's the biggest one for Boots by far, I think.
So I'm glad that Fight Sports brought this. I'm glad that Fight Sports brought this topic up, because we got to move into it. As far as Boots goes, we heard Boots in his interview. He said that he makes 47 easily. You know what I'm saying? He was on weight. I believe he said Tuesday. He was already on weight. Ate breakfast. Man didn't have to cut no real weight like that, according to him. And I ain't got no problem with it. Well, hey, you can say he lying. I'm just saying what the man said.
Bro, he looked
hold on, man. I ain't finished.
My bad. Go ahead.
Y'all out of order. Can we be in order tonight, please? So the next question is this. I thought that, and shout out to Nick J and Boxiana, they showed a picture of Boots. I thought, hey, the man looked like Skeletor, just like I said Devin looked like Skeletor at one point in time. Respectful. I thought that Boots looked bad. I thought Devin looked bad. Boots had an outstanding performance. At the same time, my question is how long do y'all think Boots make the weight? I want to do it the right way. And if we're going to do it the right way, as a country nigga, we got to go to the women first. So we going Bella, we going Nick J, and then y'all Negroes find y'all place accordingly. Respectfully. I'll take that respectfully.
We some Negroes. I thought we were your brothers.
Motherfucker. Y'all always my brothers. But y'all
Shit,
still
that's not how it
Negroes.
sounded, but hey, go ahead, ladies.
Hold on. Are you mad at the ladies getting the first chance?
No, I'm mad at being called some Negroes, like I just stated.
He was mad at
I call everybody Negroes, so hey, I'm a Negro, so it is what it is. Go ahead, Bella. Going to Nick after you.
So Jerron Ennis, how long will he stay at 47? As long as he can, because after that second Karen fight, I believe he stated he was going to move up to 54 because he wasn't feeling at his best while he was in the ring with Karen. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. He was supposed to move up.
I believe he said that.
Sent an offer to Charles Conwell. Got an offer from Virgil Ortiz.
But he came back. He did come back and say that he feels comfortable.
Yeah, he came to the conclusion that he wants to be undisputed at 47, and he would like to stay, I guess, at the division. So I think. But here's the kicker, though. Bozy Ennis, after the fight, Bozy Ennis said that Boots was not going to wait around at 147. So he actually may be moving up faster than we think. Because I wasn't sure why Bozy said that. But when he said it, he was like, well, we're not just going to wait around. I'm thinking Boots may, it's time to move up. The guy is very big. So him squeezing down to 47, I mean, in that ring, he looks at least like a middleweight, at least.
No, he's that's a super middleweight.
But is he squeezing down now? And I say it respect. We know that he had that IBF belt. Mm-hmm. The IBF rehydration clause on you. When you unify, hey, shout out to the unification. Shout out to him doing what he did against Stanley Onis. But when you do have that opportunity now, you can rehydrate it accordingly. It's no real, especially because any fight that you have, you now being unified, you got the IBF and you got, I believe, the WBA. And so is there really a question as far as he going to be able to rehydrate now? So is he really going to be struggling as much as he was under the IBF? I don't know.
So my question is, so he was saying, like, we're not going to wait around. So I'm guessing Bozian is just of the belief that both Barrios and Norman Jr. are probably not going to fight, may not fight him. So he's just not going to be latched to 47. But I thought he just said his goal was to be undisputed. So are they going to make the fights happen? Or are they, is Matchroom going to make, or, they going to make it happen, or are they not going to make it happen? So, yeah, if you could pass it on to Nick J.
Go ahead, sis. Nick J, go ahead.
Okay, ask the question again so I can answer the question.
I'm gonna ask it again. Is Boots too big for the weight? I'm gonna make it. Is Boots too big for 47? Do you think he moves up, or do you think he continues now that he doesn't have to make the IBF rehydration, 10 pounds, all that kind of shit? Now that he doesn't have to do that being unified. Do you think he stays at the weight? Do you think he move up?
I think he's going to do just what he said he was going to do at the end of this fight. He said he's going to go back with his team and talk about it, and they're going to figure out where he was going to go from there. Because at this point in his career, I believe Boots may want to stay at 147, but his body and his age is telling him he needs to move up to 54. I think that if he doesn't get another title fight or unification fight by the end of this year, he may fight his mandatory or Guiasav, or he may fight one more time at 147. But if he doesn't get a title fight, a unification fight at 147 this year, or get it lined up for early next year, I think by mid 2026, Boots is going to be at 154. And it's purely because he's just too big. He's outgrown the weight class. We've seen when people stay too long, it gets detrimental for them, either making the weight or just having nothing left to give once they get in the ring after making the weight. And I don't want that for Boots. So my suggestion, my advice for him would be to see if he can unify and by the end of this year, and potentially go undisputed before the middle of next year. If he can't get that, then move on up.
Now, sis, real quick, I gotta ask this question. I listen, and I love y'all show. I gotta ask the question. Ask it.
Go ahead.
When we're speaking on Boots, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you're accurate in what you're saying. Him cutting the weight and him saying that he's on weight, and I looked, and the reason I brought that up is because I think y'all page was the first one that showed. I think y'all clipped it from one of his Instagram lives.
From his Instagram story, yeah, he posted it as one of his story pictures.
The man looked horrible. I say it respectfully. I'm a fan of Boots. The man looked horrible, in my opinion. I thought Devin looked horrible at certain times. So,
right.
And I love Devin.
Me too.
All I'm asking is that do you think that now that he is able to rehydrate accordingly, does that give him more of, what's the word I want to use here?
An incentive to stay?
To stay. Exactly. Man, since you put it perfectly. Go ahead.
I think it does. I think it does because this was the first fight that he actually did not have the 10 pounds. So he may feel like he can stay for a longer period of time, but I still stick with not too long. I give Boots to the middle of next year before he moves up to 54. Strictly because Boots is what, 27, 28 years old?
27.
Yeah, he's 27 years old.
He's about to be 28 now. So
Okay. There we go. He's 28 years old. This has been his singular weight class as a professional. He did not look his best to me. That picture made me nervous about this fight. I'm not gonna lie. Had I not seen that picture of him before this standing on this fight, I would have had no questions about beating him down. But because he looked like that, I got nervous. But from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, was that the first time that he actually worked with a nutritionist?
Correct.
According to him.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna believe.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe him. And I can tell. I mean, that was the first time we've ever seen him look like that. So I don't know. Sometimes the nutritionists do different things, and they have them cut quicker, and they just do different stuff. I just had never seen him look like that. But on fight night, he was Boots. You know, he was Boots. He didn't skip a beat. He looked fine. He looked huge. He rehydrated great. So listen. I still say I give him to mid 2026 before he's at 54. Because I don't care what kind of nutritionist you have.
So you got one fight for him. One fight for him.
If I had one fight, who would it be?
No. So I'm saying, regardless of who it is.
I'm saying he has one fight. I think by what is it? We're in April. If he can fight again this year, and it be another unification fight, I think that would give him more incentive to stay next year because he could potentially become undisputed, which is what he said he wanted initially. But if he can't get a fight with Barrios or Norman Jr. by the end of this year or early next year, he has one more fight to me at 47, and then he's on to 54.
Amazing. Uncle Shelton, I know you out of order in the chat, Uncle Shelton. You out of order. But go ahead. Facts. Go ahead. Now, you ain't got to shake your head. You can talk. Just talk. You ain't got to shake your head.
Okay. Now, I'm with Nick J. Everything she says. I think that by the time he turns 28, 29, his body's going to change. He's going to outgrow the division. He's making the weight now, and he says it's comfortably, but I think that's a little bit of a fib. Will. It's a fib. He's lying. He's not making the weight comfortably. He's making the weight. So just remember, I met Boots in Atlanta. You remember that, right, Doug?
I remember it.
I met him at the Tank Barrios fight. And the first thing that popped into my mind way back then was, how in the fuck does he make 47? How does he make 147 pounds? Because when Boots I saw was about 180. And he's about 6 feet tall. He's not small. He's not a small guy. So I don't think he'll be around too much longer. But if he had one fight left, I want him to fight Norman. Get that out the way. It's been too much build up, too much talk. Get that out the way. Then move.
Okay. Amazing. Let me go to Marky. I know Marky gonna tell me Adam been cutting him off the whole time. Marky, go ahead.
So the question is, what does Boots do next what should Boots' last fight be if he's moving up next?
Have you not been listening?
Well, no, I've been trying to follow along, but I mean, god damn. I'm just asking for clarification. Is that too hard?
It's about how long do you think he'll stay at welterweight?
Thank you, my brother. Jesus Christ. I think he'll stay at the weight for I think 2026. I agree with I don't know if it was Bella or Nick J that said that. I see him leaving by 2026.
I think that's enough time for him to get the Brian Norman fight. Not only that, I think that's enough time for hopefully not Ryan Garcia. Hopefully Devin Haney gets the WBC belt from Mario Barrios, and we get to see that Haney Boots fight so that Boots could get on pay-per-view. Crack Haney's head open on pay-per-view. Hopefully build up a little fan base before he goes to 154. Cause I want Boots to aside from the 154 question, I really want Boots to become our face of boxing. I really do. I am sick and tired with the rest of these niggas, like Lil Red, Tank Davis, like BBO like to call him, and the nigga up there at 168, Canelo. I'm sick of these niggas, man. I want a nigga like Boots who's not scared he's not ducking smoke, he's not scared of nobody, and he's coming in here to crack some dude's head open.
Scared of 154-pound division, but that's okay.
Hey, I want to see him. I want to see him in there against those Bakarovs. Even though I don't know who wins that fight, I want to see that Virgil fight. We've been waiting on that for a long time. Whatever it is, I want to see it though.
I ain't mad at it. Hey, Matt, go ahead, Ronnie. Or matter of fact, Ronnie, you out. Well, I think Ronnie been out of order the whole night, so we're gonna skip this.
I've been quiet the whole damn time.
Yeah, let Ronnie go. Let him go.
Bella, you gonna rock with it. He a Bud fan like you a Bud fan, so you gonna rock with it.
Well, me
I
and
say that
Bella signed these
respectfully.
twins, dog.
Well, hey, and that's why I gotta shut your ass down sometimes. No, go ahead, Ronnie, go ahead.
So when it comes to Boots, I feel like when he was so big in that ring, he looked like he had to be at least 175 pounds when he was in that ring. I don't see him lasting more than a year in that division. He's trying to. I'm sure he's trying to feast on the Devin Haney's and the Ryan Garcias and the Teofimo Lopez's because you got new blood in the division. But I don't think he'll be around to actually reap those awards. And I don't feel like he would actually be undisputed because I don't feel like Mario Barrios would get in the ring with him. So at that point, it's time for him to move up. But based on, I know y'all are glazing Boots like y'all normally do. But
hold on, wait a minute. Who glazing Boots? Who glazing Boots?
Oh, y'all out of order, Dub. You out of order. Put yourself on mute, brother.
Nigga, if anybody,
Hold on, wait,
Here we
no.
go. Here we go.
Put yourself on mute.
I'm gonna show you mute. I'm gonna show you mute out this month.
You out of order.
But anyway,
let me show you mute. Ronnie, let me show you. So you good? You in order? You in order?
I'm in order now. Can I?
All right, there we go. Go ahead.
All right. So what I'm saying.
No, we're gonna show your ass mute anyways, nigga.
Oh,
we're
wow.
We're gonna show you mute anyways, nigga. Yeah. That's what we can. No. Shout out to my brother Ronnie, man. That's my brother.
How they do.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
See how they do me.
Go ahead,
So,
Ronnie.
Always fight for your rights, Ronnie.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. You gotta. Bud Crawford fans gotta stay together. But
he ain't even a Bud Crawford fan.
I ain't a Bud fan. I'm a black man. I can appreciate that.
Close enough.
Hey, just being black, you a Bud Crawford. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Close enough. But
I love Bud. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. He loves you too. But when it comes to
you can love Bud, just be in order.
Bud don't fuck with me.
I
don't need him to.
Bud on his Brian Norman stuff when it comes
Call him out, Bella.
But when it comes to the 154 pound, well, when it comes to Boots in general, with the performance, did he look great? Sure, but he still gets hit way too much. I know y'all saying, well, everybody gets hit. That's what you were going on, Dub, about when you first started the panel. He said everybody gets hit. All the greats have gotten hit. True.
That's a fact.
But they don't get hit as much as he does, especially against guys who he shouldn't be being hit with. That guy was slow. He was methodical. I mean, come on now. You shouldn't. Some of them shots, overhand rights, without even set up shots, you should not be getting hit with those and getting clipped. Now he got a beard on him, but that guy hitting you as opposed to like a Virgil hitting you, or even Sebastian Fondora hitting you, or Bohacek, Martazaliev, even Iron Man Charlo coming back, and Bud gonna take your soul if you get hit with them shots. So
real quick, Ronnie, I'm bringing it right back to you. I said, me personally, shout out to Cash Crypto. That's my brother right there, straight out of Alaska. Cash hit me and said, man, you said Boots got exposed. And if you listen to it, nah, Boots didn't get exposed. Now, he got caught with some shots he shouldn't have got caught with, in my opinion. He got caught with some shots.
But that's every fight.
But my thing is them same shots from Stan Leonis versus Brian Norman, they different shots.
Yeah,
they different shots.
Absolutely. So I want to see his chin when he gets hit by somebody on that level. I would love to see his chin at that point, because right now he's showing he can take those shots. I'm not sure if he'll be able to. I guarantee you, I can honestly say, Jerron Boots Ennis, we're going to see him get knocked out eventually in his career. It might not be this year, it might not be in 3 years, but I can guarantee you, you're going to see a knockout. He take too many shots, bro.
I don't know if we're going to see Boots knocked out.
I guarantee you, I mark my words, we're going to see that dude get stopped one day.
I'm a fan of Boots.
He leaves himself way too open. I'm guaranteed.
You willing to put some money on that? An entire career bet?
Nah, hey, y'all can't even bet over here.
That's a crazy thing to say,
I'm putting it out. I'm putting it out.
Hold up,
I'm putting it out here. Hold on. You can't bet on my damn show because ATL unanimous. The nigga still owe me money. So,
I got
nigga,
a track record.
I'm not. I don't give a damn about your track record. I don't give a damn about none of it. You can't bet on my show.
That's true. I'll just put it. I'll put it this way. Any bet that I've ever made, I've never lost it.
Y'all talk to each other behind the scenes. Drop your email or some shit. I don't know how you want to do it.
Any bet, and I normally bet KO or somebody on there, but any bet I've ever made, I've never lost any bets I've ever had on this YouTube streets. I've never lost a single one.
I'm not here to bet, but I am here to say that if you've never lost a bet before, you probably never bet. But Dub, if I could just give my thoughts on this.
Go ahead.
No, you can't get your thoughts off Fight Sport Talk.
No, he can definitely get this.
I was just joking.
Let him be a black man though.
It's Black History Year, and you cutting me off.
Man, here we go, man.
Come on.
Look,
I'm just gonna
Here we go. This why I can't let y'all Negroes on the damn show.
And Fight Sports.
Negro be out of order. Y'all be out of order
Actually,
so damn bad. Go ahead, Fight. Straight out of New. And fight. And I ain't gonna say he ran. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying he had to get the hell on. He'll be back up here in a second.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go and exit stage left. I'm sleepy. Y'all have a great night. This was fun.
Good night, Nick
J. Hey, real quick, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Nick J, man. Make sure y'all go sub. Y'all make sure y'all go show them love. And Nick, I gotta say this.
Yes.
Raymond Ford, real quick. I gotta get your opinion on that fight. Raymond Ford versus
the truck driver.
The nigga who ain't gonna throw no punches. What was your thoughts on that fight, sis?
Oh my goodness. What was his name? Matisse, something
like
that. The Union truck driver.
Okay, so this is like I said on the show. This was a prime example of the opposite that can happen when the smaller fighter is actually the more skilled fighter. Because clearly the Matisse was much bigger than Raymond Ford. I think this is Raymond Ford's second fight at 130, and Matisse, I feel like he's at the upper end of 140. He's a big 130 pounder. He was big, but Raymond Ford was way more skilled, and he had enough pop on his punch to get his respect very early in that first round. And he never let up off his neck the whole fight. He didn't let up off him the whole fight. I did not know. It was brought to my attention that Montana Love was in that man's corner telling him
Lord have mercy.
He's the windmill for his life. I didn't know that. He told that man the windmill.
Yes.
I did not know that. I could not.
Nick J, this is a true story. Hold on, this is a true story.
Man.
So normally when I watch fights, I don't watch fights with the audio on, right? So I pull up on y'all show, and Baciano was like, Nah, Montana was talking about windmilling out there. I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
That's what he
Windmilling?
said.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
I was like,
It was not a joke.
hold on. I said, he talking about windmill. All right, hold on. I said, Bastiana, she out of order. Let me go look this up. So I went back to watch the fight. Montana Love. First things first. I don't know why Montana Love training anybody.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. But the second thing is this man was talking about windmilling in the damn corner. Make the judges see something. I said, God damn.
To be fair to Montana Love, I think he just ran out of shit to say to him because he been trying to get him to fight the whole fight. The man just didn't want to throw no punches. He just didn't come to win. So he, like in the last round, he told him, "Listen, just go out there and windmill."
Hey, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
That is
we have never heard this. Y'all tell me. Hold on. Y'all tell me. Have y'all ever heard this in the sport of boxing? Have y'all ever heard this?
Yes.
No.
I've heard a trainer say, "Go out there and fight."
No, that's not what was said. That's not what we're talking about.
I ain't never heard it said like that, Dub. I've never heard it said like that.
All right,
go out there and
Marcion is the first person I heard tell somebody to windmill.
Yeah. I know Nick J, you gotta go. So
no, I do, but that was I'm fine. That woke me up because I just couldn't believe that he actually said that. I couldn't believe.
So I thought it was a lie. I thought it was a lie. I thought it was a lie. And then I'm listening to y'all cook or whatever. And Bastiana like, nah, that's what he said. And when she get in her bag, hey, it is what it is. I'm like, hold on, let me go figure this out. I went and listened. I'm like, nah, she ain't lying. This is what this nigga said. Like the nigga. Montana Love, I say this respectfully. Shout out to BVO, man. Shout out to Ohio. Shout out to Cleveland. Whoever you want to shout out over there. Nigga, get your ass out the corner, bro.
Man.
What are you doing?
But listen, Dub.
Dub. So you don't even want him to be in the sport, Dub. The man can't fight no more. What else you want him to do?
I didn't say, wait. I didn't say I didn't want him in the sport. What I said is if you telling a nigga to go out there and windmill, you out of order.
I mean,
but Dub, you gotta realize, right? Watching that fight, it was to me, right? Watching this fight, this was like a 10-8 round because the guy wasn't doing nothing. So at this point, you just got to tell Matisse to do anything. I mean,
but as a man, you can say, "Hey, man, go put them haymakers on that boy, or put them bees on that boy."
Man, I would win me. What I would tell Matisse, get a baseball bat and knock the guy out. That's what I would tell him, and that's worse than a windmill.
I'm just gonna be honest.
There's no way he could have won that fight.
I'm just telling the truth, Teach. One thing, I'm never gonna tell my son to go out there and windmill against a nigga. Nah, nigga, run that shit down the middle. Run that shit down the middle on his ass.
I don't even think that nigga knew how to windmill, dog. That nigga wasn't throwing.
He didn't throw no punches. All I'm saying, I don't know why you want to.
Straight from the union.
Teach. This is one of them situations. Please don't defend this. Don't just let it go.
Listen, at that point, you got to tell the guy to like throw low blows and hope the ref doesn't see it, because that's the only way you could.
You should have told him to throw that nigga out the ring.
I would rather hear the low blows than windmilling.
Yeah,
I was trying to tell you, he had a bet on himself.
Dirty tactics and some shit.
That tripped me out. I wasn't prepared for that, but
Montana was in. My bad, Nick. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I am finna go. I will say I like that fight for Raymond Ford. I like that fight, and Ray Ford, he's spicy. He likes to talk this shit too. And what's been brewing with him and Oshaki Foster has me extremely excited for 130 pounds.
Who you got? Who you got in that fight?
Man, I don't know because both of them, I like them both. I like them both. And Ray Ford trains down here in Houston, but you know, O'Shaquie Foster is a homegrown Texas boy, so I'm torn. I can't call it. I ain't going.
I got O'Shaquie.
I think you get Cool Boy and O'Shaquie.
Sure, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Cool Boy could slide in that spot.
Yeah, Cool Boy could slide.
Or they can just fight each other once O'Shaquie lose.
Cool Boy and Ford is a good fight too.
Cool Boy and who?
And Ford. It's like Cool Boy beat O'Shaquie.
Absolutely. And this is the other thing I'm talking about potentially O'Shaquie and Raymond Ford because they've been going back and forth for months now since each other's last fight. But I mean, we got a little curveball because Shock is like, I ain't even trying to fool with you. I'm trying to fool with your homeboy who talking about he gonna train you to beat me. So now Shock's talking about he wants Shakur at 35. So it's a lot going on that could possibly pop off in the next year and a half. So
Shock get fucked
I
up.
wouldn't mind O'Shaquie taking that belt from the Puerto Rican.
He get fucked up by Shakur.
I don't know because I wanted to see them down at 130.
130, yup.
Yeah,
Shakur
but
gonna get his ass whooped.
Shakur said he couldn't make 130 no more, and he, left.
Y'all know how this is gonna go.
He came back and said, "I can make 30 still." So who knows?
Man, shut his ass up. He contradicts himself all the time.
He
Y'all
does.
know how this is gonna go,
He does.
or at least how I hope it's gonna go. Shakur's gonna talk shit at the press conference like he's Marvin Hagler, and hopefully. I hope O'Shaquie whoop his motherfucking ass.
Man, Shakur got too many skills. And I love O'Shaquie. I love him.
Shakur got too many skills. 10,000 steps in that
what
fight.
Skills are we talking about, Dub? What skills are we talking about here?
Well, real quick. Hold on, real quick. I gotta say this. So we had 3 hours, and hell, this is supposed to be a 2-hour show tonight. Shout out to my sister Nick J.
Yes.
Nick J, man, let the people know. Make sure they know where they can find you at, what y'all got going on. Hey, get the people whatever you want them to know about you.
Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I will be dropping a Hump Day Wednesday episode. I'm trying to get back to those. It's just a quick 10, maybe 12-minute video that I try to drop during the week. But our standard shows are always Friday evenings, 9:30 Central Standard Time. And on that show, we talk about everything that's happened during the week of boxing. It's a weekly recap and a predictive show.
Including the dress, including what they wear.
Including the wardrobe. Absolutely.
I be like, I be thinking y'all out of order with the dress, man. Y'all be like, God damn, man. I don't even understand.
We watch all of that stuff. I'm looking at all of that. When I'm watching boxing, I want to see what you got on. I want to see if your shoes match your outfit. I want to see if you got on that Muppet shirt. I want to see if you got on that mink. I want to see it all.
I want to ask Nick J something.
Yes.
Because, I thought Ray Ford looked fly as hell in what he had on.
I love Ray Ford's outfit, and I don't like the Muppet shirt.
That shit was pathetic, man. I don't want to see this nigga in no damn feathers. Why are you in feathers, man?
It wasn't feathers. It was Muppet fur, but he had like ultra sheen Muppet fur.
It was pink and green fur.
I don't know, Nick J.
Whatever you want to call it. I just thought it was out.
Only the women on my island wear feathers when they going out in the street to walk off.
I normally don't like the Muppet fur either. But see, he went out of the box. He had the complete Muppet fur. He didn't have the cheap trim. He had the complete Muppet fur on the shorts, on the jacket, everything. I just wish he would have braided his hair or done something different with his hair. But whatever, his fro had a little sheen too. So.
Get what? Hey, Nick J, get what though? Get what?
What?
The man didn't have grease in his eye. That's
he
all I'm
didn't
saying.
have no grease in his eye. And let me say this before I go. Shout out to the 40th anniversary of Hagler Hearn, which was yesterday. And if Tommy Hearn didn't have no activator in his eye, Gervonta Tank Davis can just shut the hell up talking to me, talking about some braid gel. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
But before you leave, we got to give you the drop. Sis. You already know what it is. And I don't give a damn if anybody leaves. We got to give my sister the drop.
What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she picked
Thank
grease
you,
in my
Nick J.
shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that, and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Swing the wheel, it's gone.
I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she picked grease in my shit. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she picked grease in my shit. I just got my hair done. 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 Why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Like, this is real facts. Why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. It burnt my eyes. Like, this is real facts. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Shout out to my sister. I apologize. I almost call you my nigga. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister, Nick J. Hey, y'all keep doing y'all thing. You know it ain't nothing but love and respect over here. And we're going to keep tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with the queens of boxing talk.
Thank you so much, dude.
You know
Thank
what it
you
is.
so much. Thank you so much.
Mind your tone and delivery on the
Yes,
way out?
I'm sorry. You
Mind
were
your tone and delivery.
Mind your tone and delivery. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the work week and get some sleep. Good Lord. We be talking boxing all day long. Bye, y'all.
Shout out to my sister, Nick J, man. Salute, sis. Real quick, we got to do things the right way around here. I got two individuals coming in, man. I got my brother straight from what individuals love to call the sunny side. You understand what I'm saying? One of the realest niggas I know. Gonna keep it a buck with you. Hey, if you really want to smoke, the nigga gonna get in the ring with you. I done seen it happen multiple times. D block, she block. Respectfully. Where you at, brother? Where you at? Hey, you done been called out multiple times. Shout out to my brother straight from the sunny side, man. Rick Timms is in the building. Rick Timms, welcome to the show. Give me your opening statements, brother. You heard us out here out of order, as always. I be trying to keep us in order, but we hey, you know how shit happen.
You the most out of order.
For real, man. Hey, it's so ironic. I come in right on that little Tank clip, and you know I ride heavy with Tank, man. But dog, that grease shit is lame as hell. I mean, Tank looking weak out here until he get back in there and fix that with Roach with me, man. I got Tank on the clock, dog. You know that just was really pathetic and very unbecoming for him to say that on the mic. I mean, that's why people was booing, because it was bullshit, Tank. I know you're watching, so say, man, but look. About all this Boots chatter, man. Do people really feel like Boots is not that guy? I mean, I won't pick him over Bud, of course. You know, here I'll pick Boots over Canelo at 168 right now. But 154 is a lot more demanding and a lot more challenging to me. So for him to stick around at 147, I mean, this undisputed proclamation is it ain't sitting too well anymore, you know. But I still feel like the brother is extremely talented. I mean, he is top notch when it comes to skill set. It's just that these defensive lapses are not going, you know, end well against some super quality competition. But are people really jumping ship on Brother Boots?
I'm not.
No, ain't nobody.
Shit,
I don't think it's about jumping ship.
I was never on the ship.
I just want to see the smoke. I was
never on that motherfucker.
When his stock was low, I bought up a bunch of Boots stock. That shit coming in heavy for me now.
I was never on that shit.
The rest of these niggas want to jump off the boat.
Nobody.
Hey, real quick, I gotta get my brother BVO, and I'm not gonna lie to you. We were getting ready to shut this motherfucker down, man. I'm just being honest, cause
I gotta head out, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Tuesday night.
All right, Ronnie, peace.
Tuesday nights for us is supposed to be 3
you,
hours at the most. Shout out to my brother Ronnie Bravo in the building. The most hated as far as judging go, outside of myself. The man is a horrible judge, but they call me a horrible judge too, so who cares? I don't give a damn about it. Shout out to my brother Ronnie Bravo. Real quick, BVO, let me get your opening statements and your closing statements because we shutting this motherfucker down.
Hey, close the doors, man. That's all I can say. Close the doors.
Hey, what? Hold on. Hey. Hold on. You're supposed to be the usher. You said you're supposed to be the usher of the show.
I already left. Y'all niggas crazy.
I ain't got no money for either one of y'all, bro.
Man, close this motherfucker down. Nah.
Hey, I already done left, man. But shout out to Dub, man. Shout out to Bella, man. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, man. You know, we doing our thing, man. Shout out to my man Ricky Timms. I see you in the house, dog. Cause I ain't know Katy, Texas was so dope, man. Katy, Texas and Milwaukee, man. That's like black heaven. So you got a couple dollars, you got a few dollars, man. Go to Houston or go to Milwaukee, man. That's what you got to do if you got you a few dollars, man.
You out of order. You out of order, man. You out of order. Hey, real quick, I got somebody in the chat. I gotta put this brother on the chat, man. Cub Brightside is in the chat, man. Cub Brightside is in the chat. Shout out to some of the great trolls out there, man. Shout out to them.
I thought that was your son.
Trolls.
I thought that was your son, Dub.
Nah.
All I forgot to say, man, Boots is a bum. My bad. Boots is a bum.
Oh.
Okay, right.
Man, stop.
Can we cuss on here? Can we cuss on here?
Cuss as much as you want to.
Well, fuck him, man, Bozy.
Wow.
Damn.
Team Brian, Brian Norman Jr., man, he'll wipe his work boots on Boots, man. Well, he gonna wipe his work boots off on this kid. Dude's a bum, man.
Man,
I gotta tell you out of order.
Shout out to Decatur, Georgia, man.
Where your out of order clip? Right side.
No. I was just about to say. I got.
Goddamn, you slipped.
Now you out of order. Now you out of order.
You supposed to be quick on the trigger. You're moving too slow.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I want to run.
Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
Rick, hey Rick, this one for you right here. This one for you, Rick.
No.
Rough on him now.
No, he needs to know.
Okay.
He's always crying.
You can't be out here crying. Don't come over here crying. Respectfully, you know you my brother.
Oh yeah, Boots is a bum. I just want to make sure you heard that, man. He's a bum. BVO said it first.
Shout out to my brother BVO, man. We passing it around accordingly. I got to get everybody last statements. We shutting the show down tonight. Picasso, we coming to you next. Picasso, you in the building?
Yeah, I'm sitting right here.
Give me your last statements, my brother.
Okay, I think Brian Norman Jr. is one of the grittiest fighters in the 147 division.
Absolutely.
And he'll bring anybody hat to him. That's what I know. You know, from just what I've seen so far, I am. And I watched Boots when he was in the amateurs, and he was going up against Gary. And Gary, now, I mean, that's like fine-tuning sharp knife or whatever you want to call sharpen the knife right there that they were doing back then. And Booston came out of that storm, and he's still the boogeyman to me. I think Bud ran from him because Bud didn't want to defend that undisputed. You know, he knew what was going on with Spence, but he didn't defend the undisputed to put a bow on it.
He ain't have no reason. Why would he defend undisputed?
I don't care what nobody say, but if you want to go down in history as the best in the 147 division, you need to take on all comers.
Beating EJ was what made him the best in the division.
Boots was an email champion.
You know what I think about that deal there? I don't care what was going on with Spence, right? But I already know that even when they met up in that hallway, he admired Spence's style.
The fuck is wrong with you people?
Both of them. I like
Who
that.
raised you?
And Buzz. It took out the competition. But
Yeah,
if you're gonna,
I try my best to tell the truth. People don't like my style, how I talk, my delivery, but you ain't catching me in half truth and lie.
go talk about now,
We
want to
ending the
go
show,
get the
good
biggest
brother. We
bag.
ending the show.
No,
You see what I'm
hey,
saying?
go
So
ahead and finish.
all he had to do was finish off that 147 division and let people know, hey, this who I am. Then go to the 154. You don't have to bounce all the way up to 168 and all this. Talking about you want a lot of money and stuff like that. But I do respect all the fighters, anybody that's willing to get in the ring and get that experience, because then at that point, can't nobody say nothing. Once you done been there and done that, can't nobody say nothing about it. What you can talk about. It's like if somebody didn't get in the ring and everything, they could, in my opinion, just like when Brian Norman Jr. came back on KQKC show, if somebody never been in the ring and stuff like that, and never took a punch or whatever, I don't think you can really just talk and talk and talk. But if you do, then just get ready for the
Rebuttal
aftermath of that.
and the consequences.
Yeah, so that's why I ended that.
Shout out to my brother.
And thank you
Picasso.
for everybody listening and joining in. And you too, Deb, right there.
Hey, if y'all don't know, man, my brother Picasso, we had a great show last night. Picasso gave a lot of experiences that he went through militarily. I hope I say this the right way. Militarily speaking, and man, much love and respect to my brother Picasso, man. Salute, fam.
Hey, thank you.
Teach. Let me get your last words, my brother.
All right, so when it comes to how Boots look, after cutting weight, I mean, this isn't the first time. Like, I went back and reviewed like his last 3 weigh-ins, and he pretty much looked the same to me in all of them. He says he could make 147 comfortably, so whether he stays there or not, that's his call. Is he gonna stay there and get undisputed? In my opinion, no, he's not. Because it's just gonna take too long, in my opinion. And if he does decide to stay there and get undisputed, then I would say, and again, this is the way, Brian Norman's team is going to be thinking about it, right? So they're going to be coming into this saying, okay, I am a world champion, as well, right? So if Boots wants to become undisputed, he has to go through us, right? And that itself raises Brian Norman's value, right? Especially if he goes to Japan, he gets a good fight with Jin Sasaki. Let's say that they pay him $1 million for that fight. That's going to even raise his value even more. So again, yesterday's price is not going to be today's price. So like the precedent is Stanionis, got 1.8 for that fight. So if Boots pays Stanionis 1.8 for that fight, Norman could say, I want 1.8 or I want even more. And again, he's not going to be wrong for that because, again, it's negotiation, right? If you negotiate and get what you want, well, that's going to be your value. So that's what I got to say about this. Boots is pretty much just going to have to pay these guys, if he wants to get undisputed. And then, but again, do I want him to stay in welterweight? No. Again, the bigger fights are pretty much at 154. And, if you listen to the way Eddie speaks in his interviews, right? Like, he's clearly pushing for Boots to move up. Whether it's genuine or not, he's clearly pushing him. It could be, to maximize earning either way. A lot of people just want Boots to move up. So 147 is kind of hard seeing him stay there for a very long time. And Dub, good having us on the show. Good boxing talk. And I'm gonna have to check my health because every time I'm on your show, I'm always up late. But it's good. I love it. I really enjoy it. Salute to the co-host as well, Bella. you guys were cooking earlier before everybody got on the panel. That was a good conversation that you guys had, breaking down everything. Salute to BVO, Marky Dan, Rick Timms, and everybody else who was in the chat today. Peace.
Hey, Teach, much love and respect. Appreciate you coming through, my brother. We'll be live again tomorrow. And hey, we love the sport. So we're gonna talk boxing every day that we get an opportunity to. So much love and respect, Teach. I appreciate you pulling up, my brother. My Antiguan brother. I hope I said that the right way. Let me do things the right way. Marky Dan, are you in the building?
I am.
Marky, let the people know what you got going on, what we have a possibility of have going on if things work out the right way. And give us your last thoughts, my brother.
Well, this Friday we are coming out with the Marky Dan and Dub Right Side weekly Friday roundup. It's going to be a political show. We're going to start 9 o'clock this Friday and go till probably 11 o'clock or whenever the two of us get done screaming at each other. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to
It never happens in 2-hour intervals. It never does.
It never does. It never does. But we'll see. And last, but definitely look out for that, man. I'm excited for the political show. But lastly, my thoughts on this whole Boots situation. Boots need to stay right where he's at. I don't see Brian Norman getting $1 million from Jen Psaki. I don't see him getting $1 million from anybody at 147 pounds, other than Boots Ennis. So at some point, do you really want to keep taking the risk of your son keep fighting and you get turning down $1 million paydays, and your son could potentially lose his belt? And now you screwed and back to square one. I mean, I would take the fight. Because if you win, I mean, now you get paid for the rematch. On top of the fact your stock is going to be through the roof. You never know what you can get from Top Rank the next time it's time for contract negotiations or wherever you decide to go. So, I don't know. I would take the fight if I were them. They said that $1.7 million wasn't enough. I don't really understand that, considering the fact that even if I don't know the exact number, I know that he fought for significantly less than that. So I see the Norman Boots fight. I see that happening sooner than later. And hopefully, like I said, that scenario with Devin Haney, Barrios, that comes to fruition. Then Boots can move up for me. Hopefully that's probably like 2026. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that situation.
Hey, shout out to my brother, the young historian. And like you said, now, Marky, I'm going to tell you, I think your time frame is off. But we'll figure out the time frame as far as the show
goes. We're going to talk.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I think your time frame off for that. But shout out to my brother, the young historian, always talking boxing, studying the sport. Much love and respect, my brother. You already know what it is.
Peace.
Salute, Marky.
Peace. I got to do things the right way, man. And we got my brother, man. I got to say it. And he already know what I'm going to say. Straight from the sunny side. One of the individuals that, shit, this is my big homie. I ain't going to lie to you. My big homie. So, Rick Timms, they call you Rick Timms III. I call you Rick. Rick, give me your last statements, my brother. And shout out to the sunny side. When I come, I'll Knockout then already told me that if I come to Dallas, Fort Worth, wherever you at, the man gonna be hogging the good food spots. He gonna be putting me. He gonna be out of order. He had already told me that. And so Rick, when I come to the sunny side, all I ask for is keep me in order, man. Make sure I have something good to eat. That's all I ask for. Nothing big.
Man, stop, man. You know the food in Houston is plentiful, man.
Hold on. Is the food like the women? Never mind.
Both.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that question.
Goddamn,
don't
man.
answer that.
Stop, man.
Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
Hey, man. Look, man. You know what? just in a nutshell, as we wrap it up.
Hold on, real quick. And you didn't have a chance to answer this question. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see Senior interview with KQKC today?
Mm-mm.
You got to go catch
Rick.
it. Oh, you got to go catch it, Rick. You got to catch it, Rick. Hey, Rick. Now, you know I ain't going to tell you no bullshit.
Rick, we wouldn't steer you astray.
Look. That last, go check the last. Man, look, scroll through. And, you know, I always, shout out to KQKC. I already know what it is there, but go scroll through. Whenever you see Senior face come up, I need you to watch from that time to the end of the show. One of the most entertaining interviews I've seen in my life. The man, look, Senior came at KO. Said he want to put if I ever see this motherfucker, I'm putting hands on him. Okay. KQ. After the initial interview, KQ came out and was like, "Man, I couldn't get this off." The chat was talking a little while. Senior pulled back up and said, "Fuck." And shout out to OG.
Don't ruin it for him. Don't ruin it for him.
I'm out of order. I'm out of order.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch. You gonna be laughing. I laugh my ass off about the whole shit, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Brian Senior, man. He cool people with me, man. I done chopped it up with him a couple of times. And you know, his son, man, his son is the real deal, man. I give his son props, dog. His son has impressed me. I wasn't sold on him at first, but I'm sold on him now. You know, he bring that tough element to the boxing game, like the old school. You know, he mean business. You know, he not as talented as Boots, but you know Boots know he gonna have to really come to fight that young brother. And you know, two things can be right, man. You know, Junior is legit and Boots is legit. I just still slightly favor Boots a little bit over Junior, man. I still see it as a hell of a fireworks bout, and at this point the money gonna be there. I mean, they didn't talk too much shit. Both sides have been real flammable. I mean, it's been a lot of heat. So Boots, the only thing that's good about him hanging around at 147 now that he's unified, he don't have to abide by that 10-pound rehydration IBF rule this next fight or two, you know. So he and Brian Jr. both can comfortably rehydrate after they make their weigh-ins. And we saw what Boots just did. Finally, he didn't have that IBF jacket on his back against Stanionis. We saw how he was filled out and looked like a middleweight in there and looked good. But, you know, steady having his chin up in the air, getting a little too lackadaisical and, you know, showboating, you know, that you only do that with people you know you can get away with that with. So they got to make it happen end of this year or early next year, because everybody's seeing it and everybody noticing it. Boots not going to be at 147 much longer. So salute to both of them. I'm riding with end of this year, early next year. Hopefully they can go and get that settled, because the trash talk have just escalated to the point whereas they got to get this done, and
it's out of order.
They gonna get it done, man. Yeah, I'ma holler y'all.
Shout out to my brother from the sunny side, man.
Peace.
Much love and respect to my big homie, man. Shout out to Rick Timms, man. BVO Boxing is in the building. BVO, before I get your last statements, I gotta ask, hey, the head, the usher. I'm gonna call him the usher. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I call him sombrero. Respectfully, I say that respectfully. Shout out to sombrero. BVO, let the people know what the Sports Talk Network got going on. Who they should be following. Let the people know.
Hey, check us all out. We got Crush the Legend, the grumpiest man alive. He's on at 6:30. We got my man CDK. He's gonna be on at 4:30. And we got D Free. He's gonna be on at 6 talking NFL and any type of sports. And 8 o'clock, you can catch BVO around, I think 10:30, 11:45. You can catch my man Dub Brightside. We're doing some big things, and we got my man Puerto Rican Tommy every Friday, but you hear Puerto Rican, so he don't come to work every week. So you know how that go.
You out of order. But at the same time, you're always in order. Real quick, last question before I let you get out of here. And I know you got shit to do, but what were your thoughts on that interview as far as Senior KQ? What was your thoughts on that interview?
Oh man, Brian's a good friend of mine. I know how Brian can be.
Hey, Senior a real nigga, man. Shout out to Senior. KQ a real one. I ain't got no
and I'll be honest with you, man. KQKC didn't say nothing. He just was being he was just being himself, man. He said, he about as bad as Bill Haney. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. But KQKC didn't do nothing, man. The whole stuff with I'm not gonna bring up the other brother's name.
Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Shout out to my brother Knockout.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bring his name up, but
I'm gonna call his name. That's my brother.
I'll put like this, man. They're not gonna fight. They're not gonna fight. It's not like you're gonna see Knockout at no fights anyway. So it's not like they're ever gonna see each other. So I think Brian was wrong to come out that way, because you're a professional boxer. Of course you're gonna beat him dead. You're a professional boxer. We can't beat you.
Here we go.
But just know, hey, you might take a couple hits on that body. You think you're gonna swing on somebody. So, that's just crazy talk, man. We can't beat no boxers. Every time I ever seen a boxer, man, I had something for him. So hopefully it never gets like that. But it's not like you're gonna see Knockout at any fights anyway. So it's gonna be all good, man. But shout out to Knockout, man. Shout out to my man B Norman. It's about nothing, man. It's just all boxing talk, man. It shouldn't be that serious. Only black people want to say, "Oh, I'm gonna hurt you." That's no need for that. Just talk boxing and move on. That's it.
Shout out to my brother BVO, man. Much love and respect. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to BVO. Doing a hell of a job over there. He out of order the majority of the time, but that's still my brother. I ain't got no problem with it. Well, I do have. I ain't gonna lie. I do have problems sometimes, but we handle that accordingly. Shout out to my
man Varnell Hill, aka Dub Brightside, man. Shout out to Varnell, man. Y'all stop calling him Dub. Y'all call him Varnell Hill. That's his real name, Varnell Hill.
And call this brother Sombrero. So it is what it is. Shout out to Sombrero.
A great job, Bella, as always. I'm glad you're carrying Dub's goofy ass around. You doing your thing.
Don't do him like that.
Nah, it's all good. Hey, that's my brother right there. And hey, if I don't talk shit about you, I really don't like you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So I take it as a badge of honor. I take it as a badge.
But yeah, great show, y'all. Great first show.
Hey, do your thing, my brother. Much love and respect. Appreciate you.
Salute BVO.
Bella. We made it through. Now, hold on. I gotta tell you, this shit's supposed to be a 2-hour show, and we at 3:40, right? 3:44 right now. I gotta do a better job.
Yeah, Dub. Oh my goodness gracious!
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a hot show late at night, and the panel was full. We had the Queens of Boxing Talks,
Shout out to Nick J in the building
on our panel. Honey, the entertainment. This was such an entertaining show.
It's because of you. They not coming for me. They coming for you.
What? I don't know why. I don't know why, but it was just such a good time tonight. It felt more light. There was a lot of laughter, but we were also talking boxing. And I feel like that's kind of been missing from the YouTube boxing streets. These chats, they're getting so just ferocious, and a lot of people talking about people and situations they really do not know. And the internet has emboldened people. But I won't go too deep into that. This was a really great show. We went through so many different topics for today's show. But also, I really want to thank those who came up on the panel tonight. Thank you all so much. So I want to thank, of course, Ronnie Bravo, D Free. We had Teach. Of course, we had Nick J. We had Picasso, Marky Dan, Shelton. We had Rick Timms, BVO, Fight Sport Talk. Everybody that came on the panel. Thank you all so much.
They was in order.
They were, for the most part, in order. A couple got a little out of order, and also, you know, you got a little out of order. But for the most part,
if anybody, I probably was the most out of order individual tonight. So
I didn't want to say it.
I'll say it. I ain't got no problem saying it. I'm gonna be out. I tell you, I'm gonna be out of order anyways. I tell everybody that.
We'll go through and try and, you know, fine tune. It was our first show, so Dub, you be yourself. You are incredible. You know how I feel about you. You're like Arsenio Hall, Judge Joe Brown, all in one. And you make this show what it is. So,
man,
thank you.
I gotta tell you, sis. It wouldn't have been the show without you.
Oh,
and you already know. Hey, I thought, for the first time for me and you having the show, I thought we had a great first hour and a half, 2 hours damn near, and then we had a great panel. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I ain't had no problem with it, and this is what y'all can expect every Tuesday night from us, because this is the first one, but it ain't gonna stop, because hey, this is what we do over here. So, shout out to Georgia, man. I always gotta say it. Shout out to Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Finest.
Hey, Georgia's finest, popping their shit, and one day, you know what, sis, what we gonna do? We gotta bring Senior on to the show. Just me and you with Senior. Junior on to the show. Hey, why not? Why not? We're gonna have to bring Georgia boxers on so we can talk, you know, and then we'll open it up as always, but we're gonna get it off from the beginning. We'll get it off from the beginning.
It will be a nice professional interview, but there will be some questions. I'm not the person that just asks, you know, easy questions. I'm not a softball person, but I am professional. Trust
we on your helmet in a professional way. In
a very professional way. But not I'm not pressing. I ain't pressing nobody.
I ain't gonna fight you. No, I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't finna fight you.
Oh no.
I don't want no smoke.
Shout out to the cater.
But we gotta ask the questions accordingly. And so I can't wait. I got some Georgia interviews as far as younger fighters, trainers, those type of things going. We're gonna add that into the show as well. But I thought this was a hell of a show. I thought it was a hell of a show tonight, man.
Yes, it was.
I appreciate you, sis. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Dub. We'll be here every Tuesday, Tuesday nights. So stay tuned.
It's gonna get ugly for y'all. No, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be very beautiful for everybody. Let me put it that way. Very beautiful for everybody, because we're gonna do it the right way.
The right way.
Much love and respect, sis. Much love and respect to everybody who hit the panel. Bella named them all. Much love and respect to everybody who hit the panel, everybody who was in the chat. And man, like I said, we're gonna do it next week. And Bella, hold on for a quick second. We're gonna finish this. Got a few things to chop up with you. And but I appreciate everybody who came through. Dank, my brother Picasso, you know what I'm saying? Rick Timms in the building. Marky Dan acting a motherfucking fool. Shout out to Marky Dan, man. I love, and that's my brother. Shout out to all y'all. We will do this again next Tuesday. And just know when y'all over here, man, in this situation, I'm just gonna be I actually gotta change this. I think this is the first time I've ever changed it. But you're not just rocking with the right side. You're rocking with Dub and Bella, man. You're rocking with Dub and Bella on Tuesdays. And I really appreciate it, sis. And we out of here.
You can't fight the power of Gervonta Tank Davis. What a scintillating display. Well, you question Deontay Wilder's power. The proof is in the banana pudding as he just turned the lights out.
Cool boy Steph Stephen Fulton Jr.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skilled, the highly regarded